What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I got to have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me? This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Oh, snaps. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank y'all for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on, friends and family? No glass was harmed today. Facts. Facts. No tripping, no falling, no glass was harmed today. Man, I was heartbroken this morning. When I woke up this morning, I knew it. I knew it was something. I knew it was something to it. And they said Kay Cunningham got a mild collapsed lung. That Kay Cunningham has a mild collapsed lung. There go our playoff hopes right on out the window. I was heartbroken, bro. Like, gosh, we in the number one seed. We got a chance to make a run in the playoffs. And he get injured on a freak accident, bro. I was like, man, what is going on, bro? Prayers up for Cade. Prayers up for him and his family. Hope for him to take care of himself. I don't think he should come back this year. I don't think he should try to make it back for the playoffs and none of that. I think he should just try to just make sure that he stay healthy. Because the long term is the play, not this short term nonsense. Yeah, man, that junk. I was heartbroken, bro. Keisha says, you brought up a good point last night, AD, about having community, mentorship, and guidance. Too many young people out in the world without it, and so many people gave up on them. You know what's so interesting about that, though, Keisha? I was talking to Carrie this morning. So me and Carrie talk pretty normally, pretty regularly. And I was giving her some guidance and some mentorship on some things that she needs to adjust and change and all of this stuff in regular life and all of that, right? And so I was talking to Carrie. But a lot of the insight that I was giving Carrie this morning came directly from some insight that I got yesterday, right? And so I was talking to one of my mentors and one of my OGs, and he was like, Anton, you ready to go to the next level? And I was kind of talking to him, and I said, I'm already at the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to Carrie this morning, and I said, Carrie, remember when I was saying that I have to put together some kind of scandal, some kind of visibility in order to get to the next level? And so she was like, you sure did. You sure did. You always kept saying you need to put together this. It has to be whatever, so on and so forth, right? And so I was like, yeah, I'm at the top of my game. Like I'm there. I'm really, really there as far as like the visibility and making the money, and the numbers is crazy and all of this stuff, right? And my mentor yesterday, because because yesterday I just had a wave of good news. Like I haven't had an as successful day than I've had yesterday, right? In a long time. You know how one of those days to where you know how one of those days where we play chess, not checkers. You know, one of those days where like sometimes, and we always remember the days that go bad, right? Sometimes it'd be like a wave of bad news, and it's like, oh man, this day can't get worse, this and that, so on and so forth, or whatever. But yesterday it was like the opposite, right? And it was like good news, good news, good news, good news, good news. Like, and it was good news all the way until I went to bed yesterday. And I was like, I woke up this morning and I was like, damn, I had a series of good news like this in a long time. And I just was like, yo, I'm winning at the highest level. Thank God, all of this stuff, right? And so my mentor, he was just like, yo, this wasn't the goal. And I said, what do you mean? He said, we didn't get on the internet or we didn't do this just to only hit this level or to be king of the hood. He said, you got a lot more to accomplish. You got way more that you need to do. So it's time for you to make adjustments and put together a new plan that you're going to execute over the next couple of years that you're going to be successful at. So to answer your question, Keisha, let me go back to what you said. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it again. Because you didn't necessarily have a question. You were just making a statement. So to speak to what you were talking about as far as mentorship and community and guidance, we're always supposed to have mentorship, community, and guidance. It's not ever supposed to stop. You see what I'm saying? The problem in the culture, in the community, and this is some of the stuff that I'm going to address with this whole live stream that we're doing that today, because we kind of got a theme, is that the knowledge is not being passed down. We're not, because we focus on only one thing or one side or one level of toxicity, or we always only focus on what's directly in front of us. We don't have a long-term vision, or we don't have people in our lives that we can tap into. And I'm talking about everything, success-wise, career-wise. It's always another level. It's always something else. And that's why I was telling people, and shout out to the Bag Chasers and the Patreon members, we approaching 22,000 Patreon members. I was telling somebody, I said, we're broken because we have a short-term perspective and a short-term mentality and a short-term objective. Some of us never even thought that we was going to make it to 21, 22, 23 years old, right? And when I say to people, your purpose is revealed to you, meaning that as you continue to do the work, you're supposed to evolve. When I talk to people a lot of times in coaching calls, and I'm having conversations, they say, Anton, I don't know what my purpose is, or Anton, this is what I think my purpose is. I know they're wrong right off the bat, because your purpose is ever evolving based off of the work that you do. Your purpose is not based off of what your position is at work. Your purpose is not based off of a business that you're going to put together. Your purpose is not based off of a woman that you're supposed to get with. Your purpose is not based off of a religion that you're supposed to subscribe to. Your purpose is going to be ever evolving, because you're going to evolve and grow in what you're doing as you continue to be successful, or you learn more throughout the process. So that means that you consistently need mentorship. Consistently need mentorship. You're not supposed to stop at wherever or whatever you're at. Bro, the minute that you think that you made it, you're supposed to step back, reset, and then hit it from a completely different angle. Every 2 to 3 years, you're supposed to be reinventing yourself in the same way that I tell people that you're supposed to be looking for a new job or a different position in a different company if you're in corporate America. If you are the same exact content creator, if you are the same exact business person, if you are the same corporate worker that you were 2-3 years ago, then you're failing and you're becoming complacent. I see people doing the same streams with the same backgrounds and the same software and the same talking points over and over again from 6, 7, 8 years ago, and they hit a ceiling. They can't evolve. Even people that do content, let's say all of the people that do content, like they promote me, right? People that do content about me. Let's say, because it's just as many hate watchers as it is love watchers. Some people watch just to wait to see what I'm going to say. And I know that. And that's why I give them the content, because it continues to promote me in the algorithm. But let's say they have a little bit of success, or they get some views, or they get some visibility. And then when people go to check out their content, they look and they say, well, I don't want to watch you unless you're talking about Anton, because Anton is the hot topic, right? Anton got the streets on fire. They're afraid a lot of times, and let's remove that. Let's use a different example. Let's say Kevin Samuels, right? Kevin Samuels similarly created an ecosystem where people only wanted to react to Kevin Samuels videos because he was hot, right? But they never stepped back to reinvent themselves, to allow for themselves to be able to evolve beyond Kevin Samuels. So the only thing that they could do was to get views, was to talk about Kevin Samuels, because they never wanted to take a step back to reinvent themselves so that they can live beyond the content that they're creating. If people only check for you for the content that you create based off of what somebody else is doing, and they're not checking for you, if you can't talk about anything outside of whatever it is that people discovered you for, if the only reason they stick around is because they think that you're going to talk about a specific subject, if the only thing you can talk about is hoes, what's the shelf life of a hoe talk? That's why people hit 10,000, 12,000, even 100,000, even 500,000, 400,000. They never, ever grow past that. They stuck. They stuck because nobody is checking for them outside of whatever it is that they discovered them for. They haven't marketed themselves. They haven't evolved past whatever it is that they're talking about. So when I was talking to my mentor yesterday, he said, now you know it's time to reinvent yourself. I said, man, that's crazy, because every 2 to 3 years, whether you in corporate America, when y'all in corporate America, I tell y'all all the time, I say, listen, at around a 2.5, 3 year mark, you should be getting the itch. I don't care how far up you're going in corporate America at the current place that you at. They'll always pay you to leave way more. Sometimes they'll pay you double, triple to go into a different position at a different company. And you're supposed to leverage that, leverage the success, the successes, leverage the opportunities that you have in order to go to the next level. 2 to 3 years ago, I said, you know what? We gonna move with a completely different plan, and we're gonna tackle this, and this. And we're gonna rebrand, because Room 9, formerly Fight Club, was only at 14,000 subscribers. 13,500 subscribers, you rounded up, 14,000. I said, you know what? Within a couple years, I want to get this channel, within 2 years, I said, I want to get this channel to over 100,000 subscribers. Where we at? Plaque right there. Right? So now you recalibrate. I said, you know what? I want to get the Anton Daniels channel up to 1 million subscribers. So I had to take a completely different approach and reinvent my mind, which also translated into the content that allows for me to continue to grow. And that's the difference between people that are successful. I'm willing to take a step back in order to take 10 steps forward. I was talking, one of the things he told me yesterday, he said, Anton, you know why you got to stop cursing so much on the Millionaire Morning Show? Somebody told me, I was talking to a friend yesterday, and they said, man, you are hilarious. I love that skit that you kind of did
where you were imitating how the women be doing story time. Everybody was falling all over the floor about the story time, right? He said, but I had to turn my volume down. And I said, why do you have to turn your volume down? He said, because I had a kid. My kid was in the background, and although I wanted, I wanted to put it on loud, I couldn't really turn it up because the kid was in the background, and you go off the rails and you be cursing so much. And I said, damn. So then I started talking to my mentor, right? One of my mentors yesterday, and I was explaining, I lay everything out, right? I lay everything out, and then we break it down moment by moment. And he said, Anton, you got to evolve on the Millionaire Morning Show. He said, even if you allow for yourself to do it on after hours, you got to evolve on the Millionaire Morning Show. You got to evolve on the Anton Daniels channel. And these are the things you already identifying the problems. You see where the bottlenecks are. This is what it takes in order to go to the next level. And so I'm like, all right, so I got to calm down on the cursing. I got to learn how to communicate more effectively, get my point across just as effectively without the cursing, because it's a lot of people that actually watch the show that are not in places where they could just have cursing, right? It's a whole lot of small things that lead to big things. The same way when we were having conversations with relationships and we said, listen, these small things turn to big things that can then break up your relationship. It's these small things that can turn to big things that can propel you to the next level. Right? So what am I trying to tell you guys? What am I trying to convey to you guys? Because I live my life like an open book and I give y'all all of my thoughts. And one of the beautiful things about being on the Millionaire Morning Show is that I can hopefully impact you guys to where you can take these seeds, apply them to your life, regardless of what kind of industry that you're in. If you are a business owner and you own a brick and mortar store, and let's say you sell power tools or lumber or whatever, every day you should be working on or changing something in there that is not necessarily a big change. Like you don't have to do a big remodel to the store, but you just implement a lot of little changes. And this is one of the things that we learned in agile environment, right? Agile methodology means that you never stop iterating. A waterfall methodology, hopefully I'm not going over a lot of y'all head. All right. These are terms that we use in information technology, right? When you're in a waterfall environment, you set a goal, you finish the project, y'all develop this project, you launch it, hopefully it ain't a whole lot of problems, you fix whatever the problems are, and you let the product live. When you're in an agile environment, you're continuously iterating. So think about it from the lens of, if I develop an application on this phone, right? And let's say I develop a finance app. I don't develop the app, launch it on the app store, and just be like, ooh, all right, cool, I'm done. You never stop developing and iterating. So the minute that you launch it, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look to see what the feedback is, look to see how the people are using it, what they like, what they don't like. And then you continue to change and iterate and you upgrade. Maybe I need to make the icon smaller now. Maybe I need to move the menu from the top to the bottom because that's where people's thumbs are. Maybe I need to implement more iconography throughout it because people are now visual and they have recognizable symbols that they already know means what it means. And then it'll be more of a universal user experience. Instead of you having to do it in English, you're using more icons that allow for people that don't even speak English to use your application, which allows for you to branch out, right? You're always growing. You're always iterating. Okay, so we implemented new projects. We want a different user experience. You already working on version 2.0, or maybe you working on 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. You're continuously releasing updates. When your phone in the background on whatever app on whatever phone you got, you can have an Android, you can have an iPhone. They are always updating. Your computer, your laptop, your tablet is always updating to give you the latest security bug fixes, to update the software, update the operating systems, all of these things. This is what agile methodology is, and this is how we're supposed to live our life. Our life is an agile methodology. You're supposed to be continuously evolving, and if you see somebody that is still doing the same thing that they was doing 3 years ago and there's no changes, guess what? They're never going to break through and grow. They're never going to reach a new audience. They're never going to be able to evolve. And Anton, why are you saying this? Why is this important for you to implement? Well, The reason why I don't mind saying this out loud is because I know that there's only going to be less than 1% of the audience that implement this in their life. A lot of people are going to hear it and they're going to say, man, that's crazy. You're right. And guess what they're going to do? The same thing that they've been doing. And one of the reasons that is because they're scared to alienate or impact, or that the audience that they've already curated based off of whatever it is that they're doing is not going to follow them into that new thing. The audience can't grow with them. So you got to keep them in the infancy stage because the audience is not ready for the growth, or the audience didn't discover you for that. So they don't actually check for you outside of whatever the bullshit is that you talk about. Am I resonating with y'all? Does this make sense? Some people, one guy says, Antoine Bishop says, you people fake. Why haven't you said anything before today if you felt Eddie cursed too much? Stop the cap. No, that's not true. First of all, some people like me cursing. Second of all, some people like me cursing but have realized that I do need to change. But third, it doesn't mean that they haven't said anything. It's just that, listen, I have to take responsibility for my own platform. If I come to a new discovery, or if I evolve, or if I change my mind, or if I say, you know what, I need to become a better person, or I need to stop cursing, for me to explain and to substantiate my argument, and for the people to understand it and say, you know what, I get it, you do need to stop cursing. That's not cap. Y'all need to stop putting yourself in a box, bro. You have to stop putting yourself in a box. If you say 5 years ago, I'm going to be a whore in the streets because these women don't love you, F these hoes. If you said that in 2021, and then in 2026, you say, you know what, man, I love these women, and I just want to chill at the crib and be up under a chick all day long because that's where my peace and my serenity is. I'm expecting for you to be different than you was in 2021. You're supposed to grow. You're not supposed to be the same person that you was in 2021. You're supposed to have, oh man, this is a come to Jesus moment. Oh man, you know what? I'm in a different space in my life. Oh man, you know what? I lived that life already. So now I'm just kind of chill. I ain't trying to do too much. Oh man, whatever, so on and so forth, right? Are you supposed to be the exact same person that you were a year ago? Or are you supposed to evolve based off of new information? Why do y'all try to make yourself and put yourself in a box? Why do you limit your growth, limit your opportunities based off of what you think that other people is expecting for you to do and say? You're supposed to be different. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to evolve. It's dudes that grew up and they say, man, I will never get married. Then they meet that one girl and they're like, you know what? I can understand why you got married. And then 10 years later or 15 years later, they can be like, you know what? I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out because we've evolved and we've grown into two different people. Maybe we need to reconnect and stuff. You're constantly evolving 100% of the time. You are, if you are the same person, I don't want to be around you. And here's the thing, K. Cooper. Don't ask for it. Don't ask for grace. You don't need no grace. You're running your own journey. In my discovery, right? How can I frame this? In learning more about some of the people that may or may not like me, what I've realized is that because I'm trying not to curse. Their lives are messed up in real life. I haven't had a derailment, DJ Ace. I'm just talking. Why would we seek grace from people whose lives are broken already? You understand what I'm saying? Like, we think that just because people are on the internet or maybe they're talking about somebody else, that somehow, some way, their life is complete. It's not. In a way, some of us may be a little bit more ahead of others, or some of us may be a little bit more ahead of others in certain areas of my life, right? Let's say that I'm way ahead of you in finances, but you may be way ahead of me in spirituality, right? Or this guy right here, he may be doing phenomenal in his career, but his social life is jacked up. Or this person right here, he may have a way with the ladies, but he a 3-time baby daddy on the other side of it, right? The thing that people sell you a lot of times, and this is the rare thing, this is one of the things that make me unique and why I'm gonna continue to grow, why I'm literally uncancelable, and there's nothing that people can do to stop me, is because people are tuned in because they know that I'm authentic. Is because I live my life like an open book, and you get to see all of the phases, all of the growth, all of the craziness, all of the up. Like I am the show. I am the Truman Show. Most people are afraid to let you see the other side of who they are, and they never even admit that they was that until somebody else mentions it, and they say, "Yo, listen, you know you broken, right? You know you trash, right? Well, you know this is what we discovered, right?" And then they like, you know what? That made me who I am today. Most of these people, 100% of most people are broken. People are broken. They broken. Right after they get done talking back and forth to you on the internet, they go home and they got problems in their own relationship. There's a lot. If you think stop seeking grace is from God, it's not from these people. All of these little people walking around and running around, they just trying to figure out how to make sense of their life. They got $15 from YouTube, and now they trying to sustain that because they finally got some visibility. They finally got some hits. They've been trying to figure it out. Let them rock. You don't need grace from people. Grace comes from above, not below. Why do you need grace from people that are trying to nip at your heels and trying to get to where you are? You don't need grace from them. They don't care about you. They're not interested in you. They're interested in trying to use you to get to the next level. They trying to be the person that's above you, not the person that's trying to help you. You don't need grace from people. Grace comes from God. Remember that. Never seek grace. Never apologize when you're not sorry. Stop asking for forgiveness for people that don't care nothing about you. They don't care. And the sooner you realize that, the faster you will be able to dedicate yourself to getting to the money and doing the things that you're supposed to do. That's the truth. All right? It's my opening monologue for the day. Let me read some of the super chats. Let's get to some of the cash apps. And let's get to the show. Shout out to my dog, Mike that dude. I appreciate you, Mike that dude, for holding me down. Hey, it was a great show last night, too. It was an incredible show last night. We had a ball, and I'm continuing to look to grow in that also. We got after hours tonight. If you're not a part of the Patreon, we also have a Patreon live stream today. All right? Chase Barnes says, happy Thursday, AD and Peeps. The young man in the cover photo almost looks like a younger version of Jadakiss. Oh, but this dude is a monster. I get right into it. Shout out to my dog, Chase Barnes. I appreciate you for the 20 ball. You didn't have to. You absolutely support the platform. Thornton. What up, Thornton? I appreciate you, Thornton, for holding me down for the 2 ball. Thank you. And let me say this. Cash App, Super Chats, I appreciate it, but it is not expected. So if you guys come in and you see some, and you love what we doing, then I appreciate y'all for that. I appreciate y'all for holding me down. But just know this, I'm appreciative of you just being here, regardless of whether you give something or nothing like that. It's not about that. Cardona Jason says, you should also cover Afro Man's case, get these likes up. Yeah, I seen that. I wasn't sure exactly what was going on with that. I seen him, he had that American suit on. Wesley Turner says, AD, how do you think the Stephen A? I don't think about it. I don't think about it. When I go, the first thing that I say to people when I sit down for any kind of conversation, interview, or interaction is, you can ask me anything, and I don't come up with guardrails. If I accept to kick it with you, then we cook. I don't think about it. I don't start thinking about what's going on until I'm in it. Shout out to Thornton. I appreciate you, Thornton, for the couple of super chats. Right Path Good says, hearing Tamara say women do anything for life experience is very Eve eating the fruit via the serpent and a grown woman fan crashing is an eye-opener, AD. Shout out to you, the Right Path. Onaka says, good morning, Anton and the Chaser fam. Blessed to be back from vacation. Welcome back. My birthday was Tuesday. Happy birthday. Seeing mega yachts in Miami daily lit a renewed grind. Don't stop. Chapter 39. Man, listen, when you go over that bridge from Miami over to Miami Beach and you see that some of the massive yachts, you're like, you know what? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. It's a motivating. Sometimes it can be inspirational, or it can be motivating and it can drive you. Jared says, what up, AD? You should go to Egypt and vlog at the pyramids. That would be some dope content. That's one of my life goals. Never thought about it. I know I'm going to London. I think I'm going to London. The more professional you are, so your career is a 2. Real life PJ, what up, PJ? I appreciate you. Johnny Mac says, great show last night. I just rewatched. Thanks to the Millionaire Morning Show for getting me through my work day. I get y'all through y'all work day, through y'all night, through everything. Everything. I want to get into this conversation about some of these people, right? This guy's name is Terrell Gibson. Well, you know what? Let me back up for a minute. I want to address something else before I do that. See if I can pull it up real quick.
So here I am, day 30 of the government shutdown, currently driving to work. I can honestly say this is probably the most humiliating feeling ever. Driving to work, burning your gas, your resources to protect people, and you're not really respected, and you're surviving with no pay, but you're showing up to work every day. You know, I don't really speak much about my personal life or whatever, But I can tell you, people around me are suffering. They're suffering big time. I'm just fortunate enough to be in a position where I can still kind of maintain right now. But as far as others, people have been evicted, you know, people running up credit cards, getting loans. Mind you, the last government shutdown was 43 days, and people are still recovering from that shutdown. And now we're still facing another one, day 30. The people that are still recovering from the loans and the credit card payments, now they're forced to try to do more loans and apply for more credit. Some of these people are getting denied because their credit scores are too low. So people are literally just, they have no money.
Tater Best says, what's humiliating is that you have nothing put up and you know this happens with your job. I agree. It's a couple different ways we have to look at this. Now, so number one, let me say that prayers up for all of the TSA agents. Prayers up for anybody that's affected by the government shutdown, because I think that Democrats, let's start at the top and let's work our way down. All right. Why are Democrats standing on this? Why are they willing to get a paycheck themselves, Congress to get a paycheck themselves, while preventing funding for Homeland Security, which directly affects TSA agents and their ability to do their job, and to mess up a bag for them over making sure that they trying to implement new strategies and new tactics for illegal migrants coming into this country, or the deportation of illegal migrants? That's what this is about. There's every single time that there's some kind of budgetary disagreement, they pick an issue. This time it's about illegal migrants getting deported, and they want more money and more oversight going towards that. So in order for them to try to put pressure on Republicans to cave on that issue, what they said is that we're not going to agree on funding for Homeland Security. TSA falls under Homeland Security, and that's why you see so many TSA agents missing a second paycheck. So let's start at the top. The accountability is directly on Congress's shoulders. These are people that need term limits. Why haven't we advocated for Congress to have term limits? Why is Maxine Waters running at 87 for another term for Congress? Two things need to happen immediately. The first thing that needs to happen is that we need to have term limits for Congress. The second thing that needs to happen is we need to make sure that we have term limits for Congress. Third and fourth things that need to happen. If the government shuts down, the first people that miss paychecks should be the very people in Congress that is responsible for the purse strings of America. There's no reason why anybody else should go without a paycheck before Congress go without a paycheck. If you or me don't do our job, we get fired. We get held accountable for it. You can't even come in late. They be going on vacation in the middle of a disagreement about the budget. They should be the first ones to forego a paycheck if the government shut down. We should have term limits. And let me tell you another thing that we need to have in Congress. I almost believe that sometimes before we have term limits, we need to have an age restriction. Maybe not an age restriction, maybe a health restriction. If you can't walk by yourself for 2 miles, you're not fit to serve in Congress. 2-mile self-walk, as well as a competency test for you to be able to be elected as a Congress member in the United States of America. Honestly, I think that you should have to pass a physical. Yes, you should pass a physical. You should have term limits, and they should be the first ones to go without a paycheck if the government shut down. That would be my proposal. I wouldn't put an age limit on it because it should be term limits anyway, but it should be a physical test. How am I crazy? You think that's crazy? I think that that's reasonable. I think that that's reasonable. Why don't you think that that's reasonable? I don't think that that's crazy. If you can't walk yourself into the chamber, then I don't think that you should be in the chamber. Because, and the reason why the physical restrictions need to be in place is because we need to know that you're going to be on the job, doing the job, and that you're competent at the job. That you're going to be engaged instead of being in the hospital or always being gone, or they're always making excuses on why you can't show up to cast your vote, or you're not working effectively with the other people. You have to show that you are physically capable and able to do the things that you're supposed to do so that we don't have no more delays in the budget. That's why I think that the physical requirements need to be in place. So that's the first thing. So you start at the top. The second part, I will say you're right. If I take a job where I know that it's regularly going to be restricted, where, hey, the last time that they shut down, it was 43 days. We missed almost 4 paychecks. I'm going to be prepared for that. I'm not going to go in with my eyes wide shut. I'm going to be prepared for that. He said, one thing I disagree with him, he said, the people still haven't recovered from the last shutdown. What do you mean you got back pay? So if you get back pay from the last time that y'all was shut down, that means that you were supposed to take the money My bad. We back. All right, cool. Yeah, you wasn't supposed to use the money that you went and got last time from the back pay. You wasn't supposed to go and buy a Hellcat with it. You wasn't supposed to go to the mall with it. You were supposed to go and take the money. Take the money that you got from the back pay once the government opened back up, and you were supposed to pay off all of the stuff and the debts. I'm going to read this super chat shortly. You were supposed to pay off all of the stuff and the debts that allow for you to get back on your feet. So what do you mean you're still trying to recover from the last shutdown? When you got paid, your back pay from the last shutdown, that was supposed to allow for you to catch up on your bills, catch up on your car note that you had missed. You was down for 43 days. I get it. I feel you. 6 weeks, 3 paychecks, 4 paychecks. You might have had to take care of some business. You should have been back up. You should have been back normal. But let me tell you what a lot of people do. They get that lump sum of money, and then they just stretch everything out or whatever. I wouldn't take a job that I knew that this was the way it was supposed to go unless I was prepared for what happens in this job. I remember when, thank God I never had to actually use my paycheck to survive at the University of Michigan. When I got to the University of Michigan, and I didn't even make a whole lot of money at the University of Michigan. It was more or less about the benefits and using the tuition assistance they were paying for me to go to school at a major university once I transferred over from a community college. But my business was already straight. I was already booming from a business perspective. So everything that I made at the university, we just banked it and we put it inside of the brokerage account, right? But it was interesting because the first thing I remember when I got hired in, because I came in as a contractor and then I got hired in as a software engineer so I can get some experience from corporate America and then I can move over into Comerica Bank. The first thing, one of the things I remember is that you only got paid once a month. 12 times a year, one time a month, you got paid. 12 times a year, one time a month, that's when you got paid. So basically, you had to learn how to, instead of getting paid every week or every 2 weeks, you had to learn how to budget a little bit differently if you were a person that were dependent on your paycheck to survive, right? So what you would do is you would take whenever you got paid, because I still coach people that work at the University of Michigan today. You would take, it's great. It wound up being way better, E-Love, and let me tell you why. Because you pay everything at one time instead of trying to figure out, I'm going to pay this much this week, and then I'm going to pay this much in 2 weeks. When you get paid, everything get paid. Car note, rent, credit card, whatever it is that you owe. A lot of times people would just, they would buy all their groceries for the month. Whatever it is, they just paid everything. And they didn't have to worry about it for the rest of the month. And so even your direct deposit or your automatic pay on your bills and stuff, everything came out all at the same time. Bro, I think that that's the best thing ever is just getting paid once a month. You pay everything and you good. You ain't got, oh man, the paycheck, or oh man, I got this unexpected expense. No, you just pay everything and you keep it moving. But it was a massive shift because I had never experienced that before. I had never experienced where there's one paycheck a month. So you get paid on the first of the month and that's it. When we do our budget, what do we do our budget based off of? We don't do our budget based off of what we make every week or what we make every 2 weeks. You do your budget based off of what you got to pay for the month, right? And that's the way we need to do our budget on a regular basis, regardless of how much you get paid. When you do your budget for your bills, you do it, okay, my car note due this month, rent due this month, whatever it is, phone bill due this month, I got to pay my utilities and this. You do it once a month. And I think that everybody needs to structure their stuff once a month. Let's hear some more of what he got to say, and then I'm going to come back and give you my other thoughts.
Bank accounts in the negative. You got moms that are single.
Is the audio on that one gone? Let me pull that back and get that back up. Let's see if I can get back up. Back up, baby. Back up, baby. All right, there we go. We reconnected. All right, let me get this video back up. Audio wasn't working on my side for some reason. I had to reconnect to the original internet.
So credit card payments, now they're forced to try to do more loans and apply for more credit. Some of these people are getting denied because their credit scores are too low. So people are literally just, they have no money. Bank accounts in the negative. You got moms that are single, taking care of kids. It is what, I mean, and I mean, don't get me wrong, they give us free food every now and then, here and there, but yeah, that's cool, but the money needs to come because people got bills, people got kids, people got things to take care of. And it just, to me, it's very pathetic that people are showing up to work every day and they're getting no pay. It's literally like slavery. And then you got people at work getting threatened, and if they don't come and they got to show this, all these different documentations of why they can't, you know why people can't come, they broke. They got no money. It's It's very sad to watch. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it does kind of affect me mentally seeing people around me literally like in shambles, bro. And the thing is, there's nothing we can do. The craziest part, there's nothing you could do. Being mad ain't gonna do nothing. Being sad ain't gonna do nothing. Begging ain't gonna do nothing. It's literally out of our control. You know? I just pray. I say, God, it will end soon. I just pray for the people that are heavily affected to stay strong. You know, it's not fun working with no pay. It's not. It's not fun at all, to be honest. Going on day 30 and not hearing anything, no type of anything, like, they not even talking about anything. Like, it's just now people like, well, damn, are we even gonna get this next check? You know what I'm saying? Like, we already missed 2. And people aren't even showing up to work no more. People quitting. And they still don't care. They don't care at all. They just like, well, hey, we'll just write you up. And you're gonna get, you know. Welcome to America.
What did I tell y'all a day ago, 2 days ago, about not depending on one source of income to survive? All right, so again, first of all, I think that they have to be more considerate at the idea that they are the ones that are messing up. The federal government, our Congress members, they are the ones. You can't keep expecting to give people. I've never seen such instability in my life. Like, you can't have people working for free. You got to get the budget together. Your main and only job is to fund the federal government, and y'all are sitting here. And for whatever reason, they always had a fight when the budget is up, when it's time to stop the money. You can't do that. You can't do that. But on the flip side, if I'm a man, guess what? I got to do what I got to do, baby. I got to do what I got to do. Hey, man, I see. And see, sometimes this is another thing. People act like politics don't affect them, or you know what? I don't care about politics. What if you work for the TSA? What if you work for a government job locally in your city? What if you are a train operator? What if you are a maintenance guy for the city and you're an electrician? Now you want to start paying attention to what's going on politically because it's going to affect you getting paid every day. I don't understand people that say that they don't understand, that they don't pay attention to politics or they don't vote or whatever. That directly affects your ability to feed your family. You a government city worker, that's what I'm saying. Everything is affected. Your property taxes, everything is going to be affected. Everything is affected by what's going on politically. Everything. Cuba ain't even got no power based off of their political decisions. They ain't even got no power. Ain't got no electricity. On the flip side, as a man, I got to do what I got to do. Hey, man, I see this government shutdown. Hey, we was affected the last time. It ain't never going to happen again. I ain't never going to depend on the federal government. So, A, I'm going to get a second job. But B, I'm going to be working on another job to replace this one because this one ain't consistent. I need to level up anyway. That would have been my, bro, you know, when I went broke in 08, I said, you know what? I was very intentional going forward there. Even when I went back to school, I didn't just go back to school. I went back to school and I picked the curriculum that I felt like I was going to be able to get some money from for the next 15 years. That I was going to be able to use just in case my business, I would always be able to go back to that. That's my wake-up call. Okay, you know what? It happened to me once. You never catch me slipping again. You never catch me slipping again. Ain't nowhere in the world you going to catch me out here looking dusty. I kept me a stack on deck. Kept me a second job. I think I still, for a long time, I might have still had PTSD from that job. For a long time, I might have still had PTSD. I was still sticking on, wait a minute, hold on. But you know what? We got enough money to be able to look. No, I don't know yet. Hold on. Let me get a little extra on top of that. Oh, they got a bag over there too? Let me go get that bag too. But you have stability. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Let me go get this other bag too. But let me go get this other one too. I seen the house. A lot of times people ask me, Anton, why don't you get into financing? How come you don't do no financing when you build your houses? Because I went through 08. You know that people from the Great Depression, they hoarded and stacked more money once they got back on their feet than anybody before them. They stopped depending on the banking system almost. They had to remarket the banking system. That's when they had to start doing financing for selling y'all cars because they had to figure out a way to generate money and get people to circulate money in the economy. When I seen people losing their cribs, they have been paying their house notes and stuff all of this time, and the value of the house was so low that they didn't get nothing back from it when they lost it a lot of times. They were just getting their cribs foreclosed on, paid all of that money, did all of this stuff, and then I said, you know what? Not me. Not me. Not me. Nope. Anton, why do you work so hard to build these houses by cash? Why are you only putting cash into building your real estate portfolio? I got PTSD. What you talking about? That's the first reason. Now, the other reason is you're going to have to join the Patreon and look at Block Club, and we're going to go over that with you, and we'll show you all of the rest of the content and give you the behind-the-scenes looks and show you the paperwork. But on a very basic level, I said, you know what? One thing that they'll never be able to take from us is a place to stay. One thing they'll never be able to take from you is a place to stay. No matter what, I got a roof over my head. I can figure out a way to pay the property taxes. I got a brand new roof. I got all of that. But you take my job, can't take my crib. Nope. I can hustle up. I can hustle up the property taxes. I ain't worried about that. And I think that that's a scam. But that's a whole nother conversation. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I ain't giving nobody no interest. Nobody. I ain't giving nobody no interest. Let's see what's happening. Can you explain how we find proper mentors? I don't think that mentorship is necessarily seeking. I think that mentorship a lot of times and finding the people that's supposed to help you is organic. It's 100% organic. So the way that I would say that you find proper mentors is to make yourself available and be in the room with people that add value. But the first thing that you got to do is you got to get outside and get in the room. That's the importance of putting yourself in certain places. A lot of times people say, bro, I meet people on the plane. I meet people all over. I get introduced to people all over. Do you know a lot of the interviews that I done did and all of this stuff? It's from organically making myself available and having a good time and adding value into the group. Your mentorship opportunities is going to come from the people that you network with. But you got to figure out a way to add value to the group. If the only time that people want to kick it with other people that got money is if you actually got some motion. Don't nobody want to talk to a broke person. That's the key. People don't understand that, man. I used to hate hearing about these networking events. Hey, come to this networking event. Come to this networking event. Come to this networking event. Why? For what? Everybody there is in the same place trying to do the same thing. Why would I go there? Ain't nobody got no money. Now, when I sit courtside, right, or when I'm in the Players Club, the Comerica Players Club down there at Little Caesars Arena, you meet everybody. You literally run into and meet everybody. So, hey, Anton, I want to introduce you to this person. All right, cool. Sometimes y'all don't even really stay doing anything, and then y'all run back into each other. Oh, man, I remember I met you at such and such. Hey, man, what you got going on? I was talking to Rocco. Shout out to Rocco, man. A lot of people don't know who Rocco is. Rocco is dope. Rocco is an artist. He dropped some, I remember he dropped this song called You Ain't Even Know It. And Rocco has done he ran up a lot of bags when it came to music. And I met Rocco, but I didn't know it was him. You know what I'm saying? We was just chilling. So me and Rocco kicking it, but I don't know who he is. He don't know who I am. And we just kicking it. So we kicking it, we chopping it up, and then we go to ballet together. Yeah. You know DJ Ace Productions. And this was just like a couple months ago. And we kicking it and we chopping it up. So now we waiting on our cars and we work. This is here in Detroit. And we in ballet together. And so we chopping it up and we just talking it based off of some other stuff that we was talking about. And he like, yeah, man, I'm about to shoot out to the airport. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna tell you the whole type of what the conversation was. He said, yeah, bro, I'm about to head to the airport. I said, all right, cool. He said, what do you do? I said, I'm about to head to the studio. I gotta go create some content. He said, all right, cool. So we just chopped it up on some organic junk. We didn't exchange phone numbers. We didn't do none of that. But I remember he told me his name was Rocco. And I'm like, I ain't never met a Rocco. The only Rocco I was thinking about it in the car. So I ain't the only Rocco I ever met in my life, or the only Rocco that I've ever heard of, is You Ain't Even Know It. So I forget about it or whatever. I forget about it. We both comment on something on Instagram. Then we hit each other up and we say, hey man, was you the person that I ran into? And we're like, yeah. You're like, oh, I thought that was you. And then he like, man, you the person that you got into it. I'm like, yeah. So and then we just been cool ever since. You know what I'm saying? We just been chilling. And so we was like, yo, you're going to be over here. I'm going to be over here around this time. Hey, man, let's link up. Let's run up a bag. Let's do this, whatever, so on and so forth. But what am I telling you? The point that I'm telling you is that when you're in certain spaces, it's an organic thing that you to meet or you connect with certain people. And they got motion, you got motion, and nobody need each other, but you see the value in connecting sometimes organically. And that's how you move. You know what I'm saying? That's how you organically meet people and kick it. But again, you already got to have motion. Don't nobody want to mess with nobody that don't have motion. That's a dope song. Don't nobody want to mess with nobody that don't have motion. If you just out and about and you just dusty for no reason, then y'all figure out a way to do some business and get some money based off of how y'all was rolling. So anyways, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Pray for the TSA agents. I'm even reluctant to fly right now because I don't, and then y'all be over there talking negatively about the TSA agents and all of that stuff. It's like y'all be making a life hell and stuff. What's going on? Slow Money says, AD, I heard you got a son now. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not going to even. Kate is out. Yep, I talked about it in the beginning of the show. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, Purple Haze. Armand says, good morning, AD. Will the Pistons lose a 1 seed now that Kate is out? Well, let's see who they play next. I know we got the Lakers. We got Golden State. We got Golden State today or we got Golden State tomorrow? Then we got Golden State on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Golden State is on tomorrow. The Lakers, I'll be at the Lakers game. I shouldn't have said that. I'm not going to be at the Lakers game. The Lakers is on Monday. Lakers going to be a tough out. They done won 6 in a row. We should beat the Atlanta Hawks on Wednesday. We're going to beat New Orleans. Toronto, sometimes they give you a little bit of a problem, but we should be able to beat Toronto. Minnesota might be a problem. Milwaukee is not going to be a problem. So we still might be able to hold on to the number 1 seed, bro. We still might be able to hold on to the number 1 seed. Nola agrees with the 20 ball, says, Captain Johnson checking in. I feel UAD, I'm on route to clear 600. Oh, wait. Talk to him. Talk to him, Captain Johnson. Talk to him, Captain Johnson. At my job, and also have a percentage in a restaurant, a rental property, and I breed designer dogs. Looking at a 5th wheel dually to Hot Shot in 2027. Never settle. Get that bag, Nola Grizz. Hey, Nola Grizz, run it up. And don't slow down. Don't slow down. Don't slow down. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. High Tolerance says, salute AD and the bag chasers. We survived 9/11 and 08. Anything that's come after, and we survived the .com bubble burst. Shit, we survived the 80s and the 90s. Anything that's coming after that was a speed bump. People are mentally fragile and too busy magnifying their woes on social media instead of locking in. It's because High Tolerance, you know what's so funny, bro? I told somebody yesterday, because they asked me how do they clean up their algorithm or whatever. And they said, how do you just get on and still be cooking and kicking it and be having a good time? How do you just enjoy life? And you don't even check to see what people talking about you, negative or positive. And I say, the internet is my job. Like, I'm an 80s baby. I was raised off of the internet. The internet, to me, is a way for me to make money and communicate with people and tap into an audience that I otherwise would not have been able to tap into. It's the internet. If it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't be on the internet. I wouldn't care about social media. I wouldn't care about none of it. If it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't care about the internet, because real life is where I live my real life. It's the internet. In my mind, it's not real. So when you cut off the internet, it's the internet. You see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, the internet is the biggest money opportunity of our lifetime. Y'all take the internet serious? And you got a real life where you can touch real people and you can go outside? It's the internet. I don't know how much I could explain that, if I can explain it any more clear than that. No? Does that make sense? It's just like, okay, if I don't like what I see on the internet, you know what I can do? This is what you can do. Let me show you what you do if you don't like what's happening on the internet. So I know some of y'all is just getting new to this. I've been doing this shit for well over a decade. I mean, doing this thing well over a decade. This is what you do. Oh, snaps. All right. You just close the laptop. And you go and kick it with people, or you go and you hang out, or you go and play volleyball, or you go and drive cars. And I spent my whole afternoon yesterday, me and my daughter, we was working on her M3. Like all you gotta do is close this. And you until it's time to get back on there and make some more money. No? Let me see what y'all got going on. Oh, yeah. I wanted to get into this. This is crazy, bro. I seen this story. I said, what is going on with this guy, bro?
I see that on this page here. You don't see it on the.
I don't see it on the booking either.
Okay, so we're just dealing with the accounts I said capital.
I'm gonna try, Mike. I'm working on it, big dog. I can't promise you anything, but I definitely I'm gonna try my hardest.
Capital or punishable by life. State is asking the court to hold the defendant without bond. I have written 2 no contact orders for the same case because there's so many victims.
Well, no contact with any witnesses, no contact with family members of deceased, no contact with any of the actual.
What up, OG? What up, Top Boy? What up, Casual Germ? What up, Trill?
And they are all listed on these no contact orders. And of course, no weapons.
Again, they're all capital crime or crime punishable life in prison. That's anything.
What our type of context will be the fine night.
Mr. Gibson. Mr. Gibson. Right now, the public defender is good. Public defender represents you right now. He says they're going to submit an order later.
Can I say something before we start?
Not in your best interest. It's for you to say it. I'm not going to stop you, but it's not in your best interest.
Okay.
Just step back from the microphone.
Okay. So, sir.
Somebody says he looks so young. He only 20?
That's better.
How you doing, sir? So my problem is I be seeing things, sir. So I'm in the courtroom, sir. All the police that I be seeing, they don't be coming to open the door for me. Well, it's one of the police that's in the room last night. He was actually a good person. Sir, I be fighting things that y'all cannot see. So therefore, how can you put someone in jail that's fighting something that you can't see? When I was on the highway driving, it's 3 cars. What's the devil's number? 6, right?
Are you for real? Really? Is this what we doing? I'm not either, spitting facts. I'm not either, bro. I'm not either. I'm not going for it. Some of y'all saying, can y'all hear better than me? All right, so this is what we're going to do. I got you. So what's happening is when they do these recorders or whatever like that, they only have it coming out of one speaker. So a lot of times what I have to do before, because I'm looking at this in real time. So a lot of times what I have to do prior to live streaming, part of what I have to do is I have to go physically in the software and adjust it personally to where you can get it out of both speakers. Now, obviously, these news stations or whatever it is that's recording these from, they don't take the time to do this type of thing. And so I have to do it myself. So sometimes when I'm live streaming or I'm displaying or I'm reacting to something, y'all may not necessarily be able to hear it. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna try to download it and adjust it really quickly. And that way, hopefully y'all be able to hear it. And it's not just coming out of one speaker. I got you. Give me 1 second. Let's go to 9. And let's go right to left. Or left to right.
You wait back up in front of my face after I shoot you.
Give me a second. I got y'all. 1 second. I got y'all. Beach. I got you. I'm about to hook y'all up. Give me 20 seconds and I'm going to put it up differently. I can do this in real time because I'm a professional. Riviera, yep, that's what it is. I'm a professional, so I got y'all. All right, here we go. Let me know if y'all can hear this better.
It's not on these no contact orders.
Is that better?
Our office has a conflict, will be the flying night.
Oh, Mr. Gibson. Mr. Gibson. Right now, the public defender is doing good. Public defender represents you right now. He said they're going to submit an order later.
All right, cool.
Can I say something before we start?
Not in your best interest. For you to say it. I'm not going to stop you, but it's not in your best interest.
Okay.
Just step back off the microphone a little bit.
Okay. So, sir. Sorry. Stop doing that, sir.
It's getting feedback.
Okay.
That's better.
How you doing, sir? So my problem is I be seeing things, sir. So I'm in the courtroom, sir. All the police that I be seeing, they don't be coming to open the door for me. Well, it's one of the police that's in the room last night. He was actually a good person. Sir, I be fighting things that y'all cannot see. So therefore, how can you put someone in jail that's fighting something that you can't see? When I was on the highway driving, it's 3 cars. What's the devil's number? 6, right? It's 3 cars. Every time I went hitting speed, I'm at a speed limit. I see 3 cars every time I hit the gas. Ain't no cars on the road. It's just me.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. How do you know it's not no cars on the road and it's just you if you see 3 cars? How do you know that it ain't no cars on the road and it's just you if you see 3 cars on the road and you're not sure how many cars is on the road? Come on, man. Come on, bro. You said, what did he do? You're about to find out.
It's 3 cars that pop up. 1, 2, 3. Then it's 1, 2, 3 again, right? Okay. The people that were supposed to be killed, they didn't die. Nobody died. Obviously, right?
Well, one person did. You do have one count.
Nobody died, sir.
I'm just.
You want to show how?
No, I'm just.
I shot every one of the people. Nah, shut up, man. Let me talk. I can't talk to the judge, bro.
Everything you're saying is being recorded.
Okay, let me talk. Then if it's being recorded, then it's being recorded. I shot every one of them people.
Bro, even the public defender was like, hey, hold on, big dog. Public defender was like, hey, you can't do everything you're saying is being recorded. You can't do that, big dog. Hey, man, let me talk. You know what? You got it, Bill. You got it. That's how I be on the internet. When I be arguing with people or when people jump on the panel sometimes, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna try to convince you. You got it. You got it. Hey, man. Hey, let me talk to the judge. You got it. He said he shot every last one of them people.
You have one count.
Nobody died, sir.
I'm just.
You want to show me how? I shot every one of them people. Nah, shut up, man. Let me talk. I can't talk to the judge, bro.
Everything you're saying is being recorded.
Okay, let me talk. Then if it's being recorded, then it's being recorded. I shot every one of them people in their head. They're not making it back. My cousin, he was supposed to die. That dude that hit the floor, oh yeah, he died. A lot of people were shot in the head, sir, and went back up right in front of my face. So, therefore, how the can you wake back up in front of my face after I shoot you? How are you gonna wake back up? Please tell me, sir. That's impossible. You cannot wake back up after somebody shoots you in your head. And if you check that camera, you can tell that these people are with me. I'm chilling to myself, sir, right? I'm chilling on the bench with my cousin Elmo, right? Okay, so why you keep talking to me and you not letting me talk to him? I can't even hear you, sir. I can't hear you.
Against you at a later trial.
No, it can't be used against me because I'm talking what I can, what my heart need to tell whoever listening, bro.
You need to tell that to your attorney when they get
Man, okay, let me talk. Okay, I don't even need you, sir. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do not need you.
I'm trying to protect your
Please, I
rights.
don't need. Can you please shut up, Judge, please? I can't even talk. He's not even.
He's trying.
Thank you, sir.
He's trying to give you advice.
What?
Honestly, and this is why I named this live stream Demons. I don't think the demons are the ones that he keep trying to describe like he don't know what's going on. That's not where the demonic activity lies. The real demonic activity is that these are the type of people that's walking around every day, bro. This is why I say I'm not tough. This is why I say I'm not tough. Will I do what I have to do in order to protect my family or to defend myself? Absolutely. But it's people walking around that feel like they ain't got nothing to lose and they shooting people in the head. He 20 years old. 20, bro. This is a 20-year-old that's telling his public defender, his lawyer, man, I don't even care. I don't care. I don't need you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Listen, it'd be all of these people in the comments. It'd be people on the videos and stuff that be saying, man, Anton, when the we ain't none of us tough. Ain't nobody, if you on the internet giving commentary and or are in the comments watching every video and subscribing and joining memberships and stuff, you soft like all of the rest of us. We all just internet. We all internet. That's it. Because the gangsters is in jail and in court. They putting in work out there. The demons is working. They not hanging out with y'all on the internet. They out there working. They working on people. They doing demonic stuff. Bro, you not a gangster unless you doing gangster stuff. You can't sell me on the fact that you a gangster and you on the internet arguing back and forth with me. We on the internet. We internet. And the only difference is that I'm the only one that's getting rich from it. We interneting it up. We got software. We got the chat up. We trying to figure it out. We all on the internet. You know what gangsters is doing? Gangsters do what the thugs is doing what the thugs is doing. They're not sitting here watching and commenting. They rob, they stealing cars, they carjacking, they shoot people in the head. They telling the judge that they didn't see 3 to the 3s. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think that the women that's on TikTok and Instagram that's doing story time. I already showed y'all what story time look like. I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna do it again. I don't even think that y'all really hoeing the way that y'all say that y'all are. I don't think that y'all 304 talk. Get out of here. You a fake hoe. You're not really doing what the hoes is doing because you on the internet. That's not what the hoes is doing. The hoes is leveraging the internet in order to get clients. They answering DMs. They going to different places. They in Dubai getting squatted over. I don't even respect your hold'em unless you done went to Dubai and some Saudi Arabian took a hot squat over you and he said, you haven't even graduated in your hold'em. Don't talk to me about how much of what you done did. You ain't why? Because you slept with a rapper? You think you sweet? You ain't really did nothing yet. Show me. I don't believe nobody. I believe everybody is playing in my face. I don't believe nobody no more. At all. At all. I think it's a whole bunch of capping on here, and I want to see you put in the work. I'm getting on your nerves. Cause the thugs is being recorded from the news, and they arguing with their co-defendant. You ever seen a dude that's about to go down for the rest of his life, possibly get the electric chair, depending on where he at? Tell his lawyer, man, who you talking to, man? I don't need you anywhere, man. I killed these people. I shot them all in the head. How they still are surviving? That's what the thugs is doing. We playing over here on the internet.
Sir, I'm fighting something I can't even see. I see it at night. I see it now looking at you. I don't know how to fight it, sir.
Facts.
What I can tell you is that your attorney that you're going to get from ORC,
Okay, you on camera, sir? I'm sorry.
the attorney that you're going to get can file motions to determine whether you're, number one, confident to stand trial, or whether you were confident at the time. And that's the
They
time
lying to us, making Wayne on us.
discussing these issues. We shouldn't be discussing them now.
When I was in Stony Brook, sir, and I had that gun, that wasn't my gun, first off. That's Look, sir, I don't care, because I'm speaking the truth in my heart. I don't care about shit you saying, I don't care. I'm talking to that dude right there, the judge right there, I'm talking to him. I'm not worried about that, what nobody's saying. I'm talking to him. I need to get this off my heart.
Mr. Gibson, we're going to be done for now. So you don't have any bond, you'll have an attorney. Hold on.
Listen, bro, listen. It's some real demons out here running around out here doing real demonic stuff. He said he shot his cousin. Let me see if I can get to the summary page. Let me see what's going on. Hold on. Let me see if I can get. That ain't it. That ain't it. Let me see.
I shot every one of them people.
Well, the suspect accused of shooting 5 people, killing 1 in Riviera Beach, as you see there, just faced a judge.
Jolie Rodriguez is at the Palm Beach County Jail, where the suspected gunman gave a point-blank admission before the court.
Well, it was truly a courtroom shocker when the suspect, 20-year-old Terrell Gibson, spoke on the shooting. Now, Gibson goes on to detail his mental health struggles. Then he says that none of the victims died, but then goes on to admit, saying that he shot them all within a span of 5 minutes.
I shot every one of them people in their head. They're not making it back.
The suspect, 20-year-old Terrell.
Look at this dude, bro. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Terrell Gibson.
That's going to be somebody's girlfriend, man. That's going to be somebody's girlfriend until he makes somebody else's girlfriend. What's AD email to send content to? Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com. Because he going to get in there and they're going to say, oh, we got us one. Hey, Hey, this one in here. Cell block C13. Got us a new one. We got us one. They're going to grab his little tail in the top of his head. He's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. He's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. Hey, man. Hey, for all of the young people that's watching this right now, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. Get out. Get out right now. Whatever it is, whoever homie that you next to right now that you think is going to have your back, he not. He going to snitch on you. Whatever woman that you think is going to hold you down is going to be waiting for you and you know, help you with your lawyer and all of that stuff and ain't going to sleep with another dude while you locked up. She not. She going. The world is going to pass you by. Everybody going to forget about you. We're going to have AI. We're going to have technology. We're going to hang out. We're going to make a lot of money. We're going to be in Houston. We're going to be traveling the world. We're going to be doing all of that. And you're going to be sitting right there with your boyfriend inside of the prison cell trying to figure out how you got here and why is the world leaving you behind, bro. Everybody forgets about you when they move on. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Everybody moves on and nobody cares. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen, young people. It's not old people. It's not worth it, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So what? Your girl pissed you off? You just want to get at her. You pissed off? Hey, man. It's 180 million women inside of the United States of America. Let me look this up. How many women are in the United States? All right, I was slightly off. There's 168 million females, roughly 50.5% of the population. Approximately 169 million women in the United States of America. Bro, I promise you, it's always another one. This one pissed you off? All right, cool. Disconnect, go and get you another one. Go get you 2 of them. Go get 3. Go get 4. Until you can't handle that many, and then you pare it back down to 2. Just don't lose your best eater. But either way, no matter what you do, stay out of jail. Stay out of jail. Don't lose your bottom. You know what I'm saying? And stay out of jail, bro. Stay out of jail. It ain't worth it. To my young folks, it's always going to be, you're going to always be able to recover. Whatever you go through, you know what I'm saying, Fi Brown? Whatever you go through, tomorrow, you can always get back. Tomorrow, you can always get back. No matter how bad your day was, the day before, the next day, we back up, man. We're back up, man. I can't F with us. We can't F with us. Hold on. Let me get my tomorrow you back up, bro. Let me see. I don't know if I could. I don't know if they got the audited version. This is my motivate. When I wake up in the morning, let's say I had a bad day the day before. If I had a bad day the day before, and I said, you know what? Today is going to be a better day. I gotta stop it. I said that Anton is going to be more of a family-friendly show. I got to stop it. I was gonna give y'all the interlude, but they said, Anton, you gotta be more of a family-friendly show. I'm back up. I'm back up. I'm back up. I'm back up. Now they can't with us. They can't with us. Anton said that he gonna make sure that the daycare is cool. Don't worry about the church. Daycare, church, we back. We good. We not gonna go into it. Just gave him a little bit of a snippet. Shout out to Peasy. Shout out to Babyface Ray, T-Me side. Shout out to all of y'all in Detroit. See this? They already on my head. I didn't even curse. I didn't even do nothing. Remington want me to go all the way to the dark side. He was saying that the other day. He said, I'm not fully ready to embrace the dark side. Oh, look, D-Trace is already on my head. You said you wasn't going to curse. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Shout out to the Ghetto Boys. I didn't even do nothing. I'm not saying that y'all can't do it. I just have to be a little bit more mindful. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that we just gave you a little snippet of the interlude. I was just telling you what get me motivated in the morning. I wake up in the morning and I'm back up. I'm back up. I'm back up. Man, listen, bro. Listen. All right, y'all. See, I didn't even do nothing. Don't hold me accountable. Read some of these super chats. Rod Brown, what up, Rod? Says 80, I think it's time. We can't keep up the secret anymore. It's time to tell people the truth. I'm your grown son, and it's time to come clean, Dad. Tell my little sister I love her, salute, and God bless. So wait a minute. Is that what the new rumor is? Is that I got a kid? Come on, y'all. Come on. Listen. What I told people the other day, I said, don't email me nothing. If you email me anything, I'm going to block you because I finally curated my algorithm to where it's beautiful and it's perfect. Is that what it is? I got a son now? Grasping for straws? Oh man, that is so hilarious. Let me see. Bob Brown says, somebody texted me this morning asking me about your son. Oh my God. You remember that, K. Cooper? That's why I don't trust stuff no more, because it's just like, it's the same thing. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I got an older son that I don't rock with. Well, let him work. Shout out to my dog, Rob Brown. I appreciate you. Thank you to my friend, Rob Brown. Thank you for the 50 ball. Thank you for holding me down, big dog. Yeah. So wait a minute. I'm a baby daddy now. I wouldn't mind being a baby daddy. That's you don't really know how degenerate you are until you become a baby daddy, right? Until you become but you can't just be a baby daddy. You can't be a loving baby daddy. You have to be a toxic baby daddy. You got to listen. After that last segment, I'm not believing nobody is real unless they really do live the life. If you're going to be a baby daddy, you got to put her through it. You got to reserve child support. You got to pop up every once in a while. When you go to pick up your son or your daughter, you got, yo, what's up? What you doing? Unless you're a toxic baby father, you're not even really in the game yet, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not in the game yet. What get me is people have sympathy for these bozos. For the love of the game says, make sure you have a great day. Yo, what up to Oot Milk? I appreciate you. Why? You don't think Broccoli Brock says they go to Dubai and let the Sheik Prince give them that real scat pack. Facts. Hannibal said going halfway is a curse. You're right, AD. What up, Me University? What up, dog? Sterling said, what up, big dog? What up, Sterling? Maybe if I become a toxic baby daddy, black culture will then accept me. Oh, he just like us. All right, Tyler says they got a cell block 3-star starter kit, 3-starter kit ready. The playlist is in motion. T Glock gonna be like, hey Siri, play Grind on Me. And then play slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Jason Johnson says, what do you think about Chavez allegations? What's the Chavez allegations? What's the Chavez allegations? I'm ready to listen. You know what? I might need me a baby mama. If you are ripe, listen, here's my baby mama criteria. All right. I'm looking for a potential baby mama. You can't already have kids because I don't want to share kids with, I don't want nobody coming over to pick up their kid at the same time that I'll pick up my kid just so they can meet me. Oh man, I always loved your content. I don't want to do that. I want to do that. You can't already have a kid. So if you're looking to be a single baby mother, but I will take care of my child. If you're looking to be a single baby mother, this is the criteria. All right. All right, ladies, this is what you got. This is what you got to do. You can't already be somebody else's baby mama. That is number one. All right. The reason why you can't be somebody else's baby mama because I don't need no fans. I don't need no fans. I don't need no dudes all fanned out. Oh man, we got the same baby mama. No, stop clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? I need my baby mama to be special. Special. All right. Number two, I'm not allowing for nobody to come over my baby mama house. So I'm toxic like that. I'm toxic like that. Nope. Because every day, I'm going to ride by. And because if I see, I don't want to have to fight you for the kid. I want you to be a good mother. Good mother, all right? Third, don't be harassing my wife, all right? So if you don't feel like you are, what do the women say? Emotionally intelligent. If you're not emotionally intelligent to where you can hold it down and play your role in a position, and if you're gonna be coming over my wife's house, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So everything else we can figure that out together. All right, we can figure that out together. Don't expect for me to spend a lot of time. I only want to see the kid on my schedule. You know what I'm saying? Bring them by. Let him crawl all over the desk. You know what I'm saying? Put him in front of the camera, pretend like he having a good time, and then, go sit down for somewhere. So if you can meet all of those expectations, then send me an email. Anton, don't send me a DM, send me an email. Actually, send me a DM. We'll put it on Vanish Mode. Send me a DM. We'll put it on Vanish Mode. All right? Put it on Vanish Mode. I'm going to get you the best doctors, the best all of that. You're going to be so taken care of, but your life is going to be ruined. You can't talk to nobody else after that. All right? Did I miss anything, fellas? Before we get to the next thing, did I miss anything as far as what the baby mama criteria is? Toxic. Fellas, let me know what else is going on. What else should we do? Vanish Mode is barbaric behavior. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. So, oh, disease-free, facts. 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 You got to be able to, oh, Fa Brown says you got to be able to read and write cursive. Can't work in the plant. Yeah. Oh, let me just tell you something too. No, I ain't gonna give you that because then y'all gonna really be all in my DMs. Oh no, Anton. No. Not gonna have you doing that. Mm-mm. Nope. Chad is on fire today. That's true. Chad is on fire. Chad is cooking. First of all, let me say this. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love that y'all are here for the good jokes, for the entertainment, and for the insight. If you're not a part of the Patreon, link is, I mean, honestly, can I be a little bit more toxic, y'all? Just for a second, since we got everybody here right now. Can I please be a little bit more toxic? Can I ask y'all for one thing? I don't ever ask for nothing, but I want to ask for one thing. It's a joke, Danita. Dang. Danita, it's a little jokey joke. Can I please ask the chat for one thing? I know our streets. Y'all love me. People that have met me in real life. All right, so this is my request. I know I've been putting off the live stream, but let me just say this. My sleep score is in the toilet. Let me show you what I don't know if I can show you my sleep score. I got the health app right here. Let me show you something. Let me plead with y'all for a second. My sleep score is at a 71 points. This is what my sleep score is, man. I'm out here looking crazy. This is what my sleep score is. I'm not, see it, 71, not getting enough sleep at night. Lower just scored to a 71. I'm out here looking like a box of powdered donuts, man. I'm tired. On the last 7 days, I averaged 5 hours. That's with a nap. That's what my sleep score is. I just sleep. I don't get the opportunity. So here's what my ask is. This is what my ask is. All right. Can we please do the Patreon live stream on Saturday when I don't have no other live streams? I ain't going to have to worry about live streaming at night. I'm not going to have to worry about live streaming in the daytime. If we can get the live stream popping, I'm not flying out of town because the TSA ain't popping off. Can we please make it on Saturday so I can please, so I could just get a little bit of sleep? Is that cool? Y'all tell me, afternoon or the morning, or night or morning. I could do the morning time where I would usually be live streaming. Let's do it in the morning time. Honestly, I don't be getting no sleep, bro. Sleep scores in the trash. This is what my average sleep score is from September for the last 6 months, September 21st through March 21st, 2026. It ain't even March 21st yet. This is what my averages are, bro. My averages is garbage, bro, honestly. So I am trying to rest more. I'm trying to do more. I'm trying to take care of myself a little bit more and be on top of things. My average duration is 4 hours. And then I usually get like an hour nap in the daytime. So my average duration is about 4 hours of sleep a day, or 4 hours sleep at one time. And so I'm gonna ask y'all before we get into the next thing, is it possible for me to live stream on this Saturday? All right, cool. So I'm gonna change that right now. And you know me, I don't like to beg too much, but I do want to make sure that I communicate effectively with my people, because I got to make sure that I'm good. I don't want to be out here crashing out. You know, I got to be here for a long time because the people need me. So you're going to get the notification in the Patreon shortly. Let's make it for 11. Calendar 21st. 21st. 11 o'clock. And that way I can get some decent rest in from the night before on Friday, as y'all be wanting me to stream for 6 hours straight. So we'll do it at around 11:30 on Saturday. I need to change the cover photo too. So I'm going to change the cover photo and I'm going to take care of that, and then we're going to get to it. But I appreciate y'all for being patient with Time Dog and allowing for me to be able to add value into y'all life and giving me grace. All right? All right, so we own it. And if y'all not a part of the, yeah, we can have brunch. We can eat breakfast together, have brunch, and get it in. And if y'all not a part of the Patreon, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. We are approaching 22,000 members. So shout out to the Bag Chasers. Shout out to the Patreon members. I better live stream that nap so we see you're telling the truth. You can look, bro. That's where my nap is. Look, let me show you where I take a nap at, bro. Right there. Right there is where I take a nap. See the pillow? That's the pillow. That's where I take a nap. That's where the broom is, where I had to clean up all of the glass, because all of the glass is right there. There you see some of my shirts. This is where I actually go in, and this is the room where I usually live stream the Millionaire Morning Show. That's where I be taking it. That's where I throw my nap at, bro. Whenever I need to just crash out because I've been working too much, I just jump over there and take a nap, man. Did I hear about the Tesla and the LG deal? Remind me so I'll talk about it. All right, remind me and I'll talk about it. Yeah, man, that's what my nap is. How long do I nap? Sometimes about an hour, hour and a half. If I'm really, really tired, I might oversleep a little bit, but usually about an hour, hour and a half, I'll take a nap. So. Don't worry about my drink. That ain't even for me. That's for the people that come in here and have a good time. Uber and Rivian deal. Uber and Rivian got a deal too? All right, we're going to get into that in a second. All right, let's say how many topics have I did? I've done 3. So we got to go ahead and pick it up, y'all. All right, one more thing that I want to get into before we get into the business side of things, because I do want to talk about the money.
changed in such an incredibly dangerous way with young people.
High risk, a no nonsense judge in Texas scolded a high risk teen thug as she sentenced him.
Doing what I just saw you do on that screen. I cannot imagine the fear that that person had that was working in that store, that he now has, just trying to go to work, make a living, and go home. And he has 3 people come in and not just grab a little quick something and run out, but terrorize him for quite some time. Pulling him around, yanking him around, putting guns in his face, all 3 of you. I also, in addition to the PSI, get jail incident reports. And you apparently like to fight and jump people, which is what's been happening in the jail. So it makes it very difficult for me.
Like, hey, you notice how niggas be like this with their head all cocked because they trying to look tough in front of the judge? Ain't no being tough in front of the judge, bro. Your entire fate is in the hands of another human being. That has got to be one of the most defeated, debilitating, humiliating things that you can ever deal with in your entire life, is to look tough in front of somebody that is about to determine whether or not you're going to spend 5 years, 5 months, or 25 years in prison. And yes, a lot of times the judge will go outside of the guidelines in order to sentence you. I've been to people's hearings. I've paid for people's lawyers. I've seen it with my own eyes, bro. All of the tough talk, you fighting in the pods, getting into it with people, man. Listen.
To go, oh, this is somebody that's going to get out and behave, who can follow the rules, because you can't even follow the rules in jail. And the pre-sentence report shows that you're a high risk level, which tells me that after they've looked at everything, that you don't have, unfortunately, a good likelihood of being successful.
This is a completely different person. This is not the guy that we just seen that was confessing to the judge that he had killed all of his people. This is a completely different person. Completely different. YNs all over the United States of America is getting arrested and getting football numbers. YNs all across the United States of America is getting arrested and they're getting football numbers. It ain't cool. I don't know. I think I get called a lame probably at least 2 or 3 times a day from some random that's broke and don't have a clue about what life is about. They always call you lame. I am okay with that. That's the one thing that I will never, ever look at as an insult. Oh, man, you a lame. Oh, man, you this, you that. Facts. And I am in a studio and I talk big talk for a living on the internet. It don't get no more lame than that. It don't get no more lame than that, big dog. I'm agreeing with you. I am agreeing with you. I don't deny that. I admit, I fully subscribe to the lame life. I will never step in front of a judge and get sentenced to 25 years, though. I'll tell you that much.
If I were to put you on probation, and Mr. Coleman's right, we're tired of it. And there's got to be something done. So in cause number 25, DCCR 1759, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And at this time, I'm going to find you guilty of aggravated robbery. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 25 years in the institutional division.
Hey, dog he almost fainted. He almost fainted.
Sentence you to a term of 25 years in the institutional division.
Hey, even the judge. Hey, the judge is looking like. Judge is looking like. She said, I'm not sentencing to you to probation. I'm not giving you no breaks. I'm not giving you no shorts, no nothing. You about to do every day. You gonna be in here for 25 years. Hey, look at the body language in the beginning, though. Hold on. Check out the body language in the beginning.
Person had that was working in that store that he now has just trying to go to work, make a living, not for quite some time. Around, yanking him around, putting guns in his face, all three of you. I also, in addition,
y'all let these rap songs finesse you out of your inheritance, bro. Y'all let these rappers, these internet people, these content creators tell y'all, hey man, I stood tall on all 10 in front of the judge. I stood tall on all 10 in front of the judge. Let these people trick you out of your spot, bro. Trick you out of 3/4 of your a quarter of your life, a third of your life. You tricked out of it. Let these people finesse you out of your spot.
To the PSI, get jail incident reports. And you apparently like to fight and jump people, which is what's been happening in the jail. So
this is what I keep telling parents all the time. Either you get some control over them or the system is going to get some control over them. Either way, somebody is going to get some control over them. If you spare the rod, spoil the child. Spare the rod, spoil the child. You cannot keep on doing stuff and not, either you gonna save their life and put belt to bottom, or somebody or Bubba gonna do it inside of the prison cell. I'd rather me save your life and you feel some type of way about me now and thank me later than you not end up in the prison cell doing 25 years because you got caught up and being a follower with other people and decided that you wanted to do the Q, Raheem, Radamez, Bishop, and Juice. You got influenced by a movie, and so now you was clocking cop cars. Yeah, man, they going 3 minutes a piece, so we just gonna have to be fast.
So it makes it very difficult for me to go, oh, this is somebody that's going to get out and behave, who can follow the rules, because you can't even follow the rules in jail. And the pre-sentence report shows that you're a high risk level, which tells me that after they've looked at everything, that you don't have, unfortunately, a good likelihood of being successful if I were to put you on probation. And Mr. Coleman's right. We're tired of it. And
he asked for probation. He gave him 25 years.
And there's got to be something done. So in cause number 25, DCCR 1759, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And at this time, I'm going to find you guilty of aggravated robbery. I'm going to
ain't no standing tall, dog. Put that chin back down.
Sentence you to a term of 25 years in the institutional division.
Come on, Mom. Here.
So wait. And this is the thing that I'm trying to figure out about family. Mama, sister, auntie, all of these people, right? Your time to get to him was when he was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You had all of these years to get to them. Don't get mad at the judge. Don't get mad at the person that sentenced you. Get mad at the person that then enabled you and told you, oh, look at little Pook Pook. He cute. No, you wanted to be cool because you ain't want to be a lame. You didn't want to come play chess with us. You wanted to go play, I'm going to go rob them, whack-a-mole. No. You didn't want to come and hang out with me and Quentin and Slimmy. You didn't want to come on and hang out with us on a Thursday night to live stream on After Hours. Make sure y'all come to After Hours Room 9. You don't want to come and kick it with us. You don't want to talk about it and troll in the chat and go back and forth and read super chats. You didn't want to do none of that. You wanted to be out here in these streets. Okay, all right. Well, this is what it looked like.
You to a term of 25 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification. This was not an agreement. You have some rights to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. You can talk to Mr. Rojas about any questions you have about that. I am making an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. Mr. Fontenette, I understand that this is harsh, and I know you believe this is harsh, but I think this is necessary. I hope that you go and you make things right. You can get out of prison. You're still going to be young, and you can make your life better. That's going to be up to you, okay? You can go back with the bailiff.
They giving teenagers football numbers, bro. Listen, they sick of it. They sick of it. They are sick of it. They giving teenagers football numbers, bro. They not playing no more. They not messing around no more. All of them liberal days and all of the days, thank you for the cash apps. I'm going to read those shortly. All of these liberal days, all of the time that you thought that you was going to be able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it and get it in and all of that, they not messing around, bro. You commit a violent crime, you rob some people, you hold them hostage, you hit them with the gun, you let a shot go off, you do any of that stuff, man, you going to prison. Somebody said 12 years still eligible for, bro, that's 12 years. I've been on YouTube for 12 years. You know how long that is? Bruh, we had to stay on lockdown for COVID for like 12 days. People was complaining. They was whining. You thought somebody stole. You thought somebody was hurting somebody. People was on the internet. They started doing verses. People was whining like babies. We had to be on lockdown for like 12 days. I started walking around in a hot dog suit. It was COVID. I lost my mind. Let me see. I almost lost my mind. I said, man, let me get this hot dog suit and record some content. We couldn't even say the word COVID. We couldn't even say the word COVID. We couldn't even say the word COVID. We were so out of it, bro. Hold on, let me see. Oldest. Pandemic. Yeah. Yep. Couldn't even say the word COVID. I started exploring. I went camping, hiking 8 miles. Boy. Man, it was crazy. This is crazy times, bro. It was crazy times. Insane. Absolutely insane. You know what's so funny? I want to say some toxic stuff, but I said I'm gonna be positive. I want to say some toxic stuff, but I said that I'm focused. I promised my guy that I was gonna be focused. You know what I'm saying? I promised my guy that I would be focused. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stay focused. And I'm gonna stay focused. I'm gonna stay saved. You read some of these super chats. They handing out football numbers. Y'all better be careful. Send an email on the new collab. I don't know if you heard. All right, I'm gonna check it out in a second. Thornton says, falling down, Lil Peep, and seek to destroy Metallica. Chris Cunningham says, 1, 24/7 access. 2, I will always have your ear. And this is your criteria for the baby daddy. 24/7 access. I like that one. That's a good one. 2, I will always have your ear. I love that one. I'm in agreement with you. 3, and no other man in your life. 100%. 4, only call me between 9 and 5. I'm with it. I like this. All right, listen. This is what we're going to do. Opening question tonight. It's going to be toxic night. All right, toxic masculinity night. I wrote that wrong. Is the criteria for being a good top and toxic baby daddy, and vice versa. And that's going to be the opening question tonight. That's going to be the icebreaker. All right? I want to know what your criteria is. I think that Chris Cunningham came up with a really, really good one. He said 24/7 access. I will always have your ear. No other man in your life, and only call me between 9 and 5. I think, dog, this might be the standard. This might be the standard. I'm gonna throw one in there with you. I'm gonna throw one in there, Chris Cunningham. And now I ain't gonna say no more because we got to get to the show. Another one that I think we should have as being a good productive toxic baby daddy is you got to give me your location, but I'm not gonna share mine with yours. I need you. Toxic masculinity Thursdays. I like that, JM. You got to give me your location, and I'm not going to give you mine. What you need mine for? I need yours to make you safe. I'm with it. Toxic. I like that. Toxic masculinity. We're going to have to start theming these days. Toxic masculinity Thursdays. I like that. Toxic night. I'm protecting you from you. I like that excuse. I like that. Any Monday shows lined up is dry out here. Y'all want a Monday show? All right, this is what I'm going to do for a Monday show. Monday show. I am going to bring up and interview the content creators that I react to on Room 9. I know it's dry. Without Anton from AntonDaniels.com, it ain't nothing happening on the internet. Don't nobody want to see y'all little dry live streams, your little whatever. The only time that these people is got any motion whatsoever is if I'm involved. This is the Antonosphere. This is the Anton sphere. Honestly, bro, we are in the Anton sphere. 2026 is my internet. This is my internet, bro. This is my internet. Have y'all read? This is my internet. Don't nobody want to see nobody else talking. It's mine. It's my internet. If I don't bless it, it's not yours. It's mine. It's my internet. Remember when I used to have a manosphere? The Antonosphere is way bigger. Is way more important than the manosphere ever was. The Antonosphere is all inclusive. We got the hoes arguing. We got the sassy men arguing. We got them all. And it don't matter how old you are. You can be 23 or you can be 50. This is my internet. Antube. This is Antube out here. I can't breathe. I can't move. Oh man, he moved left. Oh man, he moved right. Who is that in his background? Where is he at today? I feel like I'm on a Truman Show. You know they're watching right now. They're watching to see if I'm going to say something crazy, if I'm going to crash out, if I'm going to name somebody, if I'm going to pull up somebody's picture, if I'm going to show an address, if I'm going to show a book. They're waiting. They're waiting. What am I going to do today? Am I going to do anything today? Oh, this is my internet. Yeah, Monday. We're going to talk to the people. I'm talking to the people on Mondays. Brandon Filmmaker says, just got my Teach pack. Yeah, didn't know the free gift was for my didn't know the free gift was for my balls, though. Fellas, don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. Talk to them. Quezzy says, I just want the U.S. walk. I want us. What? I just want to walk the streets with our family, working, wearing uniforms, and helping neighbors and community. All right, that's dope. I think that's awesome. King Koo says, when are you free to get this work? We can meet at the Sabargar. How do we set this up? Get what work? Get what work? What you want to meet me for? What do you want to work for? How you want to work? What you working with? What you working with? What we got going on out here in these streets? What work? Oh, you want to play some chess? Okay. All right. Must be in the city somewhere. We gotta wait till it warms up. When it warm up, then what's the temperature today? It's only 48 today. It's gonna be 62 tomorrow, but it's gonna rain. Saturday 54, Sunday 67, Monday 49. Weather is bipolar. Bubba will have you drinking on eclairs. Shout out to my dog. Mott says, Lord, watch over our kids and community. Facts. Darnell says 25 years is called a quarter horse, aka the gallop. Jail slang, according to the comedian Ali. That's crazy. 25 years, bro. Manny Plays PC says, I have no shame in my lame game. 25 years of being someone bottom, not good. Facts. Shadow, SG and Shadow says, you become a dumb ninja when you try to prove to other dumb ninjas you're a real ninja. Overjoyed to be considered a lame. Overjoyed. Facts. I'm with that too. Real Life PJ says, not sure if you still scheduling coaching calls. Yeah, I got you. I am. I've been working through them. I actually been working through them. So if I haven't gotten to you yet, that's all. That's all it is. I did hear about Cade. The Daniels Lounge, says Chase Burns. What up, Chase? Slow Money says another good idea is deleted files or the lost files. I got a lot of lost files. I'm trying to be a good, positive person. Matthew Washington says, facts, I only know of most content creators from under your umbrella. Respect the king. My name is my name. Heard about Kerry Cunningham having a mild collapsing lung? I have 392. I have. Is it anything else? I don't want to talk about. It's some footage that was released from Dwight Howard and Amy that dropped on TMZ, and I don't want to review it because I know that Rita got a great relationship with her, and they've been talking about different things. So, you know, I don't want to dig into that. I just kind of want to stay away from that. Because when you know people in real life, you know, you don't want to trip. Now, this is a big story. I don't know if y'all want to get into this one. Because y'all been telling me to cover this before we get into the whole review. What up to Courtney Yeager? I appreciate you, Courtney Yeager. All right, here's something. I don't know if y'all want to dig into this.
Now, Democrats facing the very real possibility of an historic upset in California as a new poll finds two Republican candidates leading in California's gubernatorial primary. Our next guest is at the top of that poll, says there's a revolution brewing in California. California gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton joins me now. Steve, great to see you as always. You are our former colleague, so obviously we really like you, but how the heck are you, a conservative, leading the polls in such a liberal state like
I have you, Carl. I don't know if y'all want me to review that, though.
California?
Well, the answer to that question is a very simple four-letter word. It's called MAGA, and it stands not for Make America Great Again, like the president would say, but the guy who's obviously on a presidential campaign right now across the country, Gavin Newsom. MAGA stands for Most Useless Governor in America. And that's Gavin Newsom, because California has the worst results of any state in America. We have the highest poverty rate, the highest unemployment rate, the highest cost of living, highest gas prices, highest cost for everything, insurance, housing, water, rent, you name it, car registration, everything costs a fortune. You've got crime, you've got homelessness, the wildfire disaster, everything's a disaster. And so people are saying, we've had enough. We've had enough of this. We need change in California. And I've been traveling the state, putting out a strong, positive alternative. $3 gas, cut your electric bills in half, your first $100,000 tax-free, no more free healthcare for illegal immigrants.
Back that up. What is it?
Your first $100,000 tax-free, no more free health, electric bills in half, your first $100,000 tax-free.
Your first $100,000 tax-free? Is that what he said? Cutting state spending, reducing taxes, and dismantling regulations to address California's high cost of living and business challenges. Sound like he's trying to turn California into Texas. His policies include eliminating income tax for those earning under $100,000, promoting fossil fuels, and reducing environmental regulations and stricter criminal justice policies. Oh, this is what y'all need. If y'all don't get this guy in office, y'all smoking crack. The question that we have to ask ourselves is this. Oh, snaps. Hold on. He going further. Economic tax policy. Hilton proposes eliminating the state income tax on individuals earning under $100,000 and implementing a flat tax, a 7.5% tax rate for those earning above that threshold. He aims to drastically reduce state spending and arguing the current budget is unsustainable. All right. What's the current taxes in California? Currently, California has one of the highest tax burdens in the U.S., featuring a progressive income tax ranging from 1% to 13%, which is unfair. I hate these progressive tax things. High earners face a top tax rate of 7 or 14%, including payroll taxes. They have a 7.25 base sales tax and an average combined local sales tax of 8.98%, 13.3% for high earners, up to 14.4% right here, plus a 1.1% payroll tax, bringing it to 14.4%. That's so messed up. And the corporate income tax to 8 or basically 9%. This sounds like real solutions. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like when you, all right, let me back up. Now let me compare this. Let me just compare. Katie Porter, I've been hearing a lot about her. All right. So Katie Porter policies. Same old. Defending your health care from Trump's attacks. She's a single mother of 3 kids. So she doesn't have any specific policies that she's trying to implement. It's just talking points. Build more housing to keep the Californians off the streets. Expand clean energy, so basically more regulation. So she don't really have any real policy talking points. All right. Whereas Steve Hilton literally has economic and tax policy, energy and environment policy, housing and development. So instead of trying to build it and having the government have their hand in building properties to combat the housing shortage, he proposed a ballot initiative that would prohibit private lawsuits under the California Environmental Quality Act to cap impact fees imposed on developers. His platform aims at $3 gas and lowering electric bills. I don't know how you're going to do that. Hilton, maybe by reducing the amount that they tax and opening up and reducing environmental regulations on a lot of these gas and oil companies. Hilton supports stricter sentencing for multiple crimes and has proposed increasing privatization of prisons and probation programs. Opposes California sanctuary state policies. Well, here's the thing. It really doesn't even matter what his policies are. And that's the part that people don't understand, right? It doesn't matter what his policies are. What matters is the fact that he has a policy proposals. Why does that matter? Because it's something that you can actually have a conversation about and debate. So let's say, for example, I know a lot of people in the Black community that don't really vote like that say that they would probably be against parts of this. So they probably support stricter sentencing because they think that crime is too lackadaisical in California, but they probably are opposed increasing the privatization of prisons in California. Why? Because they then think that you are incentivized in order to increase profits for private individuals in order to lock more Black people up, right? But that's something that you can debate. That's my point. When you don't have any kind of policy whatsoever to talk about except for generalization, hey, I want to defend you against healthcare problems from Trump. It's all BS. It's not something that's real. But when you can actually have talking points that you can speak on specifically from a policy perspective, it is something that you can go back and forth about. This is something that you can reach out and say, hey, man, I want to ask you more about this. Don't you think that the privatization of prisons increases the incarceration of Black people if that is something that you're passionate about, right? The question that we have to ask ourselves in this whole conversation is this, though. Do you guys actually believe that California would go back and elect a Republican governor? That's the question that y'all have to ask yourself on. Would California embrace electing a governor that is going red, considering all of the trash that y'all had to endure through with blue?
No more free healthcare for illegal immigrants. A home you can afford to buy. I capture it in one word: Cal-affordable. That's my campaign, and people are really getting behind it. And it's great to see the energy and momentum that we've got.
But Steve, it's not just you. It's not just one Republican candidate at the top of the ticket. There's two. And admittedly, you are beating Chad Bianco 17-16 in this latest poll. But look at the two people behind you two. Eric Swalwell there at 13%. Katie Porter also at 13%. How much are these numbers also a rejection of all the candidates, namely Swalwell and Porter, that the Democrats are putting out there?
Yeah, and there's another one. If you look at the Real Clear Politics average right now, I'm not sure it takes into account that latest poll, but the numbers are going to be pretty much the same. You've got Katie Porter on 10. You've got Chad Bianco and another one, Tom Steyer, the billionaire climate fanatic, on 11%, Swalwell on 13, and I'm on 15.5. So whichever way you look at it, the Democrats that they're putting forward, as the president might say, they're not sending their best. These people are exactly the same kind of far left insanity and useless career politicians that we've had now, and everyone's fed up with it. Look at who you've got in charge in California: Karen Bass and Newsom and all these people. Does anyone think that Swalwell or Katie Porter or Tom Steyer is going to take us in a different direction? Of course not. And people really want a new direction. And that's why I think, despite, of course, people look at California and say, well, it's so hard for a Republican to win, a deep blue state and all the rest of it. That may have been true in the past, but this year it's going to change. There's another really big thing everyone across the country should understand. We've got voter ID on the ballot in November in California. I know we're all talking about the SAVE Act, but here in California, it's on the ballot in November. That's going to mean a really big Republican turnout. And that's another reason why I'm very confident that in November I'll be elected the new Republican governor of California.
I mean, we're certainly watching for that. Obviously, Democrats are going to be under a lot of pressure to coalesce around one candidate to go against you, to go against Bianco.
Somebody said, where is he from inside of the chat? Well, let's do a little bit of research. Steve Hilton was born in the United Kingdom to Hungarian presidents who were refugees from communism, grew up in the UK, attended Oxford University, served as the director for the director of strategy for former British Prime Minister David Cameron before moving to the United States in 2012, according to this YouTube video. So he's from the UK, attended Oxford, served as the director of strategy for former British Prime Minister David Cameron.
GOP candidate is leading in some polls in the California governor's race as we get closer to the June primary.
ABC 7 political reporter Josh Haskell spoke with Steve Hilton in a one-on-one interview about why he thinks that he should lead the state.
Leading in some of the polls in the wide-open California governor's race, Republican and former Fox News host Steve Hilton. Hilton was born in the UK, where he served as director of strategy for former Prime Minister David Cameron. and then moved to California back in 2012.
He sounds like he's actually the most qualified person there so far.
A small business owner, we caught up with Hilton near the Figueroa Corridor.
Look at this foolishness.
A notorious hub for human trafficking.
If you're elected governor, what would you do to address child sex trafficking in California, specifically on the Figueroa corridor?
If you look at the foster care system in particular, it's being terribly, badly mismanaged. It's not about the money. It's about making sure that actually that we have proper audits of the homes that kids.
Some people said, well, he just became a naturalized citizen. Okay, but what did y'all do with Mom Donnie? So on the Democrat side, y'all was able to elect somebody that was absolutely against what we stand for as Americans, and he already putting in policy that help illegal migrants. But on the Republican side, y'all not looking outside of it. So far, and I have not researched all of the rest of the candidates, his policy, I don't think it's a bad thing. If y'all let in this other woman though, Katie Porter, I think y'all gonna be worse off than Chicago, bro. I think y'all gonna be worse off than Illinois. Worse off than Illinois.
If we can't even stamp out 100 or so girls being sold for sex every night on a street in Los Angeles, what are we even doing here?
On housing and the affordability crisis, Hilton blames climate change policies in California that he says have made it more costly to build. And he doesn't believe climate change played a role in the SoCal wildfires.
It's a complete failure of Democrat policies, and to blame it all on climate change is an insult to everybody who lost their home.
Do you support President Trump's immigration tactics?
Everybody supports.
That's a fact. You're right.
Imagine a single person who doesn't support what's.
If Katie Porter wins, we'll make way more money. If Steve Hilton wins, then we'll just have to deal with California becoming a better place for most people to live. But yes, you are correct. When we have incompetent people that wind up getting elected, often at times we make a lot more money criticizing and holding them accountable. I've made tons of money off of Tiffany Henyard, Brandon Johnson, Karen Bass, Gavin Newsom, Eric Adams, Mom Donnie. I've already made a lot of money off of him. You can throw in Fonnie Willis. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't really get to make no money off of my man in Texas, Governor Wheelchair. He's too good of a governor, right? Because all of the stuff that he's doing is actually benefiting Texas. I don't get to do live streams and talk about how incompetent he is because he hasn't done anything except for stand up against Biden when Biden was trying to open up the borders and prevent him from letting people over. Yeah, Governor Wills, Greg Abbott. I don't get to do no content on Greg Abbott because Governor Hot Wheels. Shout out to my girl Kimmy. Kimmy in the building. I don't get to do no content on Governor Hot Wheels. And that's what it is. But I get to do it on JB Pritzker. I get to do it on all of these incompetent leaders because that is the stuff that people want to see content on, is when people are not doing it and meeting the expectation of what they do. That's the rules of the game. I'm sorry. That's the rules of the game.
Been done to close our southern border. I'm a legal immigrant, and I've said many times I'm the candidate of the legal immigrant community for the legal immigrant community.
On homelessness, Hilton blames Sacramento for not funding Prop 36 after it was passed. It increases punishment
What up, Kimmy?
convicted of certain drug or theft crimes. Hilton is running neck and neck with another Republican in the race, Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco.
If we end up with 2 Democrats in the top 2 system, that is a disaster for California. That means there's no chance for change. We're going to keep going with this one-party rule that's been such a failure.
The thing about Democrats, and let me tell you why Gavin Newsom is successful. Gavin Newsom is successful because he's tall and he has the look. It has nothing to do with his policy. It has nothing to do with how good he ran California because he ran it into the ground. The fact that that Democrats are even considering Gavin Newsom as a top candidate to run for president on their ticket is diabolical. The only reason that people rock with Gavin Newsom or even consider him is because he has the look. That's it. That's it. We elect politicians based off of identity politics. 100%. Identity politics play a major role until everything goes to hell. Then we start considering, wait a minute, maybe we should start looking at what the person represents. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's just the facts. Now, Texas gets it right? Because Texas elected Governor Hot Wheels. They didn't care if he was in a wheelchair. They didn't care if he was older. They didn't care if he was a white man. They said, are you tough? Are you strict? Are you about that life? Are you going to do the things that's in the best interest of the Texans? We want you. We don't care if you can control people's minds. We don't care if you are a level 5. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care if you don't have hair. We don't care if you do got hair. We don't care if you're in a wheelchair. We don't care if you and Magneto have been arguing for y'all entire lives, y'all entire adult lives. We don't care if you and Magneto have been going back and forth. We want the best person possible. It's just the facts. Republicans move off of policy most times. Democrats move off of identity. Cartier. Remember when Gavin Newsom was pretending to clean up homelessness and he was doing the photo ops, acting like he was working on the side of the highway? That's how you know, man, that dude is he's trying to be a movie. He's a political movie star. He's a political movie star. He likes to pretend like he's working on the side of the freeway. He tells the cameras, come on out. He does this with his hair all the time. He's a political movie star. He's pretending. He's not really doing anything that's helpful to the people.
Where it's not as clean as it should be.
Well, today is a momentous day for us. It's a critical day for us because this is the most comprehensive effort the state has ever undertaken to clean up the public spaces in the state.
We're not only going to invest $1.5 billion to do this kind of work, but we're also going to put people to work. As President Solis said, 15,000 opportunities. We're going to give them opportunities.
Listen to the music. Look at the cameraman watching them all clean up, standing around each other.
I'm here on behalf of 40 million Californians that are fed up. I'm here because I'm one of them. I want to see results. I don't want to read about them. I don't want to see the data. I want to see it by believing it, by seeing people that are back up on their feet, and to get those streets clean, get those tents off the streets, the encampments off the streets, and begin once again to feel pride about our state. This is not about criminalization. What's criminal is neglecting people that are struggling and suffering and died on our watch. That's criminal. What's criminal is people don't have restrooms. What's criminal is people literally are putting their lives at risk every single night. We're done with the excuses. And the last big excuse was, well, the courts are saying we can't do anything. Well, that's no longer the case. So we had a simple executive order. Do your job. There's no more excuses. You got the money, you've got the flexibility, you got the green light, you got the support from the state, and the public is demanding it of you.
So fake, bro. So fake. So yeah, y'all need better, bro. Y'all really do need better. Not photo ops, not people that's pretending like they actually doing something for the people. Y'all deserve much, much better. Let me make sure that I look at these cash apps. I want to acknowledge Mike, that dude said, can you make it noon? I'm going to the range early. All right, I'll make it noon. Mike, that dude, I got you. I'll make it for noon. I'll make the Patreon live stream for noon. You got it, bro. Oh, I updated the cover photo for the actual right date and all of that stuff too. So I got you, big dog. Yep. For one of my biggest supporters, I absolutely can. If y'all want to come and see, Molly, if you want to see Kimmy when she pops off the plane, if you want to see Miss Sanchez, if you want to see our favorite dolphin, our pretty dolphin, if you want to see Slimmy, Q, 2K, if you want to see Anton from AntonDaniels.com, getting it in with my girl Lex, shout out to Lex. Make sure y'all come to After Hours tonight. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. Now that I'm older, the song Hip to Be Square hits different. Shout out to Duran Lee Facts. Carrington Love Jr. says, great comedy today, Anton. I'm working on it. Zeno says, I'm all for the theme night and toxic masculinity vibes. It'll make for great content. These liberal states need change if they truly want to be more successful. I agree. Yeah, we're going to make Thursdays. Wednesdays, if y'all haven't noticed, is relationship Wednesdays. Thursdays will be toxic masculinity night, and we got to figure out what Tuesdays and Fridays is going to be. Have you heard about the Cesar Chavez scandal? Not yet. U.S. civil rights leader Cesar Chavez is accused of sexual abuse.
Welcome to NBC News Daily this Wednesday. We start with those shocking allegations against the late labor leader Cesar Chavez and the claims that he sexually assaulted women and young girls for years. In a statement, Dolores Huerta, the co-founder of Chavez's United Farm Workers Union, who is now 96, alleges that Chavez raped her 60 years ago and that the assaults resulted in 2 children.
He died in 1993.
Statement followed a bombshell report from the New York Times. It published the findings of a years-long investigation, including interviews with multiple women who say that Chavez sexually abused them when they were preteens. Chavez died in 1993 at the age of 66. He became a national figure for helping to improve the lives of migrant farm workers in California and rallying for Mexican-American causes. NBC News correspondent Camila Bernal joins me now. Camila, walk us through these allegations from Dolores Huerta and the details that were alleged and lined out in that Times investigation.
Hey, Vicky. So the Times investigation really focuses on 2 women who say they were abused when they were very young. One of them alleges rape, the other one just sexual abuse, and then obviously also details the allegations from Dolores Huerta. Dolores Huerta released a statement confirming all of this, saying that she had 2 unwanted sexual encounters with Cesar Chavez, and she says she's held this secret for 60 years, but decided that this was a time where she needed to speak out because other women were victims as well. And so she details actually having 2 pregnancies as a result of this, hiding these children, and recently having told these children that she is their mother and that he, Cesar Chavez, is their father. There are many statements from not just Dolores Huerta. She details actually having 2 pregnancies as a result of this, hiding these children, and recently having told these children that she is their mother and that he, Cesar Chavez, is their father. There are many statements from not just Dolores Huerta, but also from Cesar Chavez's family, a lot of them saying they are shocked and saddened by the news, recognizing a lot of what these women detailed in the New York Times article, but the family also grappling with who they knew him to be and saying they need some time to go through all of this and essentially figure out how they feel about it. But in general, so many advocacy groups and organizations have released statements essentially saying that they're shocked by these allegations and that they might make changes moving forward, Vicky.
Yeah.
So what changes are they supposed to make moving forward? I don't understand. He died in 1993. And he's not here to defend himself. So that's where it becomes a little tricky, right? Because on one hand, you can't say that he did or that he didn't. The problem is that he's not here to defend himself. And so anybody can taint your legacy if it's true or if it's not. So here's my question. Here's my question to the chat. Because I know that y'all smarter than me. Y'all wiser than me. Y'all able to make more effective decisions than I am. And y'all are the ones that guide me through this, all right? Here's my question to the chat. If she has children that she's saying that is his, secret babies that she's saying that's his, wouldn't she be able, can't you prove that? Wouldn't you be able to prove that with a DNA test? Because if she can prove it with a DNA test, then that means that you can validate whether she's telling the truth or not. If you can't prove it with a DNA test, then I say, what are we doing, and let the dead bury the dead? Y'all say she already introduced him to the other kids, and y'all don't know that. You can't say that. If you can prove it, then I say that let's prove it. And then if you can prove it, then that's when we start to have other types of conversations. But if you can't prove it, then I think that you need to let the dead bury the dead. I don't think that we need to continue to beat a dead horse with something that's not relevant or something that we can't prove. Now we have the technology to be able to dispute and prove whether or not she's telling the truth or not. That's all I'm saying.
It is stunning all the way around. Camila Bernal live in Los Angeles. We want to get some more context on this story. We want to bring in LA Times columnist Gustavo Arellano. Gustavo, thank you so much for joining me today. Tell us more about who Cesar Chavez was and the work that he did alongside Dolores Huerta and the significance of these allegations coming out now.
Cesar Chavez was a titan of American civil rights, one of the few Latinos who are nationally known. Of course, he first became famous for fighting for the rights of farm workers in the fields of California in the 60s and 70s, earned the praise of Martin Luther King. He famously had a fast protesting or advocating for nonviolence that was broken by breaking bread with Robert F. Kennedy. Along with Dolores, they would, for the next decades, push their advocacy of farm workers across the country and if not the world. Streets, holidays, parks are named after him. And so to hear these allegations, including coming from Dolores herself, first and foremost, we must center the survivors of Cesar Chavez's assaults. And to hear it, a lot of people are...
Hey, see, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they already trying to kill his legacy before they even know anything about if it's true or not. Damn, like, why they can't let the process play out before you just automatically assume and take the woman's side? I think that we have the technology to show whether it's telling the truth or not. So why not let the process play out and then have a conversation? But when you automatically just like, oh, no, this is the way that it is, that's nonsense, bro. You can't do that. Can't do that, bro. You already, and see, this is what makes it dangerous, man. This is why I hate this junk. I hate this junk, bro. Man, I hate this world that we live in, and that anybody can say anything, and then that just automatically means that you're guilty. That's bull crap. That's not true. That's not right. I don't like that, man. I don't like it. If it's true, it's true. If it's not, it's not. But I don't like the idea that people should be able to just say that type of stuff, bro. You see what y'all sending me out here in these streets. Yeah, we're going to get to that. I get to that. I got you. But yeah, man, like, I'm going to be honest with y'all on my thoughts on this is this. I don't think that most of the civil rights leaders that we had of yesteryear would have wanted to exist in this day and age. I don't think that Malcolm X would have wanted to exist in this year. I don't think that Martin Luther King would have wanted to exist in this year. I don't think that Cesar Chavez would have wanted to exist in this day and age. None of the civil rights leaders, and I'll actually make this argument on After Hours tonight. I don't think that they would have been as effective now as they was back then. At all. I think that they would have been, they would have absolutely, positively, probably would have been Me Too. I think that they would have been disgusted. I think that they wouldn't have the legacy that they have. Nobody, not one person gets out unscathed. Not one person. Nobody. There is no one that can exist in the social media era that will get out unscathed without having people defame you, talk negatively about you, create whatever. There's nobody that can get out of this thing unscathed. I don't care how nice you are. I don't care how cool you are. Nobody can get out unscathed in an internet era. When you sign up to be a part of the internet, you signing up to just basically, you're going to have to get it while the getting is good and hope that you can sustain it. Otherwise, that's it. Ain't no way in the world. Bro, you know how I know that it's not real, that it's impossible? Name me one today of somebody that we herald. It don't matter if they're on the left. It don't matter if they're on the right. It don't matter, none of that. Give me somebody in popular culture that actually speaks to issues of today that people don't have a negative perception, or it's not an equal and opposite negative perspective about who they are as a person. Not whether you agree with them or not if you disagree with their position or their political perspective. Name me somebody where they haven't tried to assassinate their character. Somebody said Bob Ross, the painter. It just don't happen no more. It just doesn't happen anymore. It's not real. No, somebody that's active. Somebody that is active, out and about in the streets, whatever. Give me somebody that is alive, that is active, that is in the streets, that is participating, that is visible, that is standing for whatever it is that's going on, that is out here unscathed. Name me one. Name me one. I'm looking in the chat right now. Cesar Chavez. No, Obama ain't even close. People hate Obama. People keep saying that Obama took out his chef or his cook or whatever the fuck they say going on. I mean, whatever the freak is going on. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. Nobody. Nope, they tried to pin Jay-Z that last time. They say Jay-Z is part of the Illuminati, all that junk. Chadwick is not alive. Chadwick is not alive. Yo, check it out, bro. Y'all going to actors. Now y'all going to actors. Y'all not even talking about people that are really standing for anything really civil rights related. Y'all going to actors. That's crazy. Think about it like this, bro. Michael B. Jordan has never done anything to anybody. Not one thing. And we going into entertainment. I ain't even talking about civil rights leaders. I'm not even talking about political leaders, nothing no more. I'm talking about an actor. Michael B. Jordan won an Oscar, and the first thing that people started to say is, oh, no, he this, oh, no, he not from, oh, no, he doesn't. They start going after him and his character. They didn't criticize his performance. They didn't criticize nothing. They start saying that they don't like him as a person. They don't say that Bernie Sanders is all of that. They say that Bernie Sanders took money from insurance companies and the big donors. It's bought off. Come on, man. Let's get away from the actors. Let's talk about people that's really participating and really engaged in what is best for people. They killed Will Smith's reputation, bro. Will Smith, bro, they took him down through his girl. There's nobody. They took Will down. Bro, Will was considered clean, all of that stuff. Man, they put August Alsina on Will, and next thing you know, they start calling Will a simp. It got to Will so much, he went and slapped Chris Rock. He went and slapped Chris Rock. He said 2 to the face. Said, what did the hand say to the face? Why y'all naming all of these entertainers? Why don't y'all give me somebody that is I couldn't imagine being Will, bro. At that time, I just couldn't imagine. He probably couldn't even turn on TV, couldn't turn on the lights. He probably couldn't turn on the internet. He probably couldn't turn on social media. He couldn't do none of that stuff without somebody talking negatively about that. I can only imagine. I got into it with the comedian, and that junk was all over the internet. Will was it was beyond viral. That junk was super viral. That junk, it was beyond the United States of America. That junk was all over everywhere. They went after Mr. Beast. People go after Mr. Beast all the time. I see people mad at Will doing the National Geographic. I hate Will. Yeah, they turn on Casanova for reading. Yo, hey, check it. Hey, man, I was talking to Carrie this morning, and I was telling Carrie, I said, listen, baby girl, I said, in this game, your good is going to be taken for bad because nobody cares about your good. I said, let me tell you something. She said, Anton, I'm not confused. She said, I know a lot of people coming over here, and she said, because she got monetized. So shout out to Carrie. Carrie got monetized. Congratulations to Carrie. Carrie, baby girl, we love you. She said, but I'm not confused. She said, I know that a lot of these people is over here because they hate you or they trying to get at you or whatever and trying to figure out what I'm going to say that's negative and everything like that. I said, Carrie, don't worry about that. I said, but what you're going to have to understand is if you're going to get in this game, nobody is going to get out unscathed. You just going to have to Like the ones that survive and the ones that thrive are the ones that look beyond the BS, the rumors, all of the lies and all of that stuff. If you're going to survive this game in content creation, it don't matter how positive you are. Listen to what I'm telling you. For all of you aspiring content creators that think that you're just going to talk about positivity and all of this stuff, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. Eventually, if you ever get to the point to where you get a certain level of visibility, the internet is going, like, you're going to develop a group of people that don't like you. And that's just the way it is. And if you can't handle that, then you're going to have to get off the internet. If you can't turn on your computer and turn on your camera and get to it without being affected about what's going on, then this ain't for you. Get out the game right now, because the internet is turning more ugly every day. We talked about it, Remington. We talked about it. I said, Carrie, no matter how positive you are, no matter whatever. Speaking of Remington, I said, you know what? For me, I had to start embracing the dark side a little bit. I had to embrace the fact that I might be the darkest angel. I might be the darkest angel. My wife is the sweetest person in the world. If any of you, and I know it's a lot of bag chasers that watch this show, y'all have met her in person. Some of y'all got her phone number. She has paid some of y'all rent. She has paid for some of y'all funerals. She has saved some of y'all from getting y'all electricity turned off. She works so feverishly behind the scenes to ensure that everybody is taken care of. A lot of y'all know her in real life. A lot of y'all have met her in real life. Bro, there are people that are wishing some of the worst things on her. And she never did anything to nobody. Why? Because she's in proximity to me. And so there's people that actually want to see me divorced. They want to see me broke up. They want to see me in shambles. For a community that always says that they want solutions and that they want to keep households together and people shouldn't leave their relationships, isn't it ironic that they're wishing that on other people? Ain't it crazy? It's insane. It literally is insane. And so I was using this as an example to Carrie. I said, listen, it's so funny that you say that, Remington, because I told her, I said, look, if the man, if a God put himself allow for himself to be placed in human form, and at any point he could have called a legion of angels up in order to save him from it and let people go to hell and just burn up and let their spirits be captured. But he chose to sacrifice himself knowing that he was going to come to save people and people were going to hate him for it. If you think you're going to get out of this thing unscathed, you crazy. That's a part of the game, baby. That's just the rules of the game. The rules of the game is that it doesn't matter who you think you are and what you think you're going to do. The only thing that matters is whether or not you get out of the game or what you came to get. Know why you here. Know why you are here. If you don't keep at the forefront of your mind, what is the goal? The goal is not to be popular. The goal is to get money. Now, if you got to get popular in order to get the money, then cool. The goal is not to sit here and try to convince people that they want to, oh my God, no, that's not the goal. The goal is to tell your story the way that you want to tell it, entertain, run up a bag, and impact people in the way that you want to impact them. And leave the rest on the floor. Don't take it personal. Don't let that junk stop you. Don't let none of that. Be a little petty along the way. Be a little petty along the way. You know what I'm saying? Play the goal, play the game. But otherwise, other than that, keep it moving. I think that all of these civil rights leaders existed at the time that they were supposed to be here, because if they had existed in the year 2026, it would never be heralded as great. they would never be heralded as great. All of these civil rights leaders, they would be castrated, they would be reputations turned upside down, and they would not have had the impact in the social media era. I do not believe it even a little bit. None of them. All of your greatest leaders, they would all be looked at as trash. All of them would be looked at as trash. They be going off on Martin Luther King today. He ain't even here to defend himself. I seen these raggedy, funky chicks say that, oh my God, he had all of these. How do you know? How do you know that he had what woman ever came out and said, nah, man, listen, MLK been busting me down? Y'all going off rumors? Rumors. So somebody played a game of telephone and tried to, black people trying to destroy Martin Luther King's legacy is more than anything. They talking about rumors off of somebody that died 50 years ago. Rumors? I believe it, Fa. I really do. Rumors. Stop, man. They don't let the dead bury the dead. They can't let these people just go. They making up stuff on MLK, man, and you ain't never gonna be able to convince me that MLK did nothing other than what he famous for. Is fight for civil rights. I don't see no illegitimate kids. I don't see none of that. Besides, he MLK. You heard that I Have a Dream speech? He can't get no little bit of head for that. Let me stop. All right. Must be time to end the show. We might be a little bit over. MLK can't get a little bit of, can't get a little bit? He can't get nothing? Jeez, y'all a little strict. So you expect for him to be great. Let me be quiet. Let me stop. All right. No more trolling. God, let MLK get a little something. Shoot, he out there broke, going to jail every day. They ain't even had no money. They was out there doing it with no money, just off the strength of the people. He can't get a little bit of dough? Tell me MLK can't get nothing? So he got to be broke and dusty? Good God, let ML get a little K. Good grief. You know what I'm saying? No. Oh, y'all run a tough program. Y'all run a nap time AD. Y'all run a tough program, man. Y'all got a strict program out in these streets. Good grief. Not even a little something. The more I like Fly says, AD, you should interview the guy running for California governor. It's a good idea. I got to get on my game. That's a good idea. That's why I love the chat. This is why you have to love the chat. Trying to help them get elected, showcase your power and influence. All right, I got you. Nap time AD. Whiskey Pierre says, Anton Shalom wait, he had 4 years. Now he's cleaning. More Like Fly says they also trying to take Chavez's name off everything here in San Antonio. Also, that Stan bit the other day was comedy gold. Unbiasedly Raw says Bill Cosby went to jail over powdered nut stains. You know what I'm saying? That's America's dad. He was running around helping people. He didn't help numerous comedians. You telling me that you got these women talking about he put me through college, but I was busting it down, man. Dissing Bill? I recall the story you covered about a man who tried to eliminate his wife after finding out 3 of his kids wasn't his. She still wasn't held accountable. Michael Armstrong says they turned Bruce Jenner into a woman, the greatest athlete in the 1976 Olympics. Hatred of masculinity is real in the United States. Yep. Had that dude wearing high heels. How does a man that's the greatest athlete in 1976 was on the Wheaties box walking around in high heels and a wig on. What? Who? How? Tony Esquire says that the 2012 American Music Awards, Jenny McCarthy, 40 years old, has a cougar moment with the 18-year-old Justin Bieber on stage. She faced no backlash. Yo, just send me back into the 50s, bro. I'll take 50s. I'll take the 50s. Give me the 50s, bro. I'm going to take the 50s. Give me a little bit of, sprinkle a little racism in there. I deal with the racism. I ain't got to deal with all of this internet nonsense, though. I take the 50s. No cameras, no recorders, no text messages, no any of this type of stuff. Just straight masculinity, flat clothes, baseball games, and bell bottoms. Send me to the 50s, bro. Give me a little bit of racism. You can't have the good without the bad. Give me a little bit of racism. We cool. I'm going to stay in the north. We ain't got to worry about it. And I'm cool, bro. I ain't tripping off of it. Give me the 50s. I'm good, bro. I'll take the 50s. Demi Moore, 41 years old, 2003, caught no backlash for pulling up on Ashton Kutcher at age 25. She's still getting movie roles and Academy nominations. No, if you're born in the 50s, when you get to the 70s, you're going to have the bell bottoms. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If you're born in the 50s, by the time you hit the 70s, you're going to be in your 20s. You're going to have some bell bottoms. They was doing coke. They was dancing at the disco. They was high. They was having sex. They was at hippie conventions. They was chilling, bro. They had the unions. They was getting jobs, all kind of junk, man. They was just having a good time. Just dancing. Just kept on dancing the whole time. Never stopped. Ooh. And having sex and dancing. And sex and dancing. They ain't have to worry about nothing, bro. Spacer says, the saying going, people don't care about the truth because the lie is more entertaining. Some people literally thrive on negativity and debauchery. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. That's an absolute fact. Give me the 50s, bro. I take 50s all day long. Dancing. Now y'all got it. Now y'all got fentanyl in y'all stuff. You got Fenty in your stuff. The drugs was pure back then. Now you got Fenty. You just get a little whiff of it and they cooking it up, they chopping it up. But no, you ain't have none of that in the 70s. It's stay alive. Stay alive. That was the theme. Just stay alive and everything is going to be all right. Stay alive. They just had to stay alive. That's the theme of it. That's the theme. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. If you go back to the 50s, no smoke after shampoo. Staying alive. I'm out. I'll see y'all tonight on After Hours. Peace. Great show. Greatest show on earth. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. I love y'all.